हाँ जी दोस्तों, क्या हाल है। गुड मॉर्निंग गुड मॉर्निंग गुड मॉर्निंग। क्या आप लोग सब आ गए? फटाफट अपनी अटेंडेंस लगवा दो, गुड मॉर्निंग बोलो फटाफट और फिर अपन आगे बढ़ेंगे। हाउ आर यू गाइस? गुड मॉर्निंग, वेरी गुड मॉर्निंग टू यू ऑल। Come on, let me know who all are present, who all had the capability to wake up in the Sunday. Good morning Ritik, good morning Anki, good morning Menka. बहुत सारे लोग हैं. Good morning Aniket. How are you guys feeling sitting here on a Sunday? Okay. Can you just confirm you can see me and my screen is visible to you, and then we will get started. Yes. Great. Who all went home and studied yesterday chapter 5? Who all here have completed their completed their chapter 5 along with me? Who all have completed it from the notes that I had sent, or from the study module, or from wherever you are reading? Who all completed their classes? The concepts. Tell me. I want to know whatever you did. If you were not able to complete, if you did something, some part of it, at least I'll know who all are studying along with me. You know? Come on, tell me. Good wala good morning, sir. Ankit kehta. Good morning, Ankit. Pooja says very excited to attend the class. Guys, tell me. Come on. Okay. Good Sumit. Good Pooja. Good Mahadev. Good Ankit. Good Memen. Yes, sir. Completed chapter 5. Preeti, good. Very good. Dilip, सर कंप्लीट नहीं हुआ है बट स्टडी जरूर की. ठीक है. कंप्लीटेड फ्रॉम मॉड्यूल. गुड. ओके. Okay guys, good enough. See, not everyone will finish it. Why will not everyone finish it? What is the passing percentage of IPCC intermediate? Does anyone know? What is the passing percentage of intermediate? Does anyone know? सर क्या संडे सुबह सुबह, सर क्या संडे सुबह सुबह. बॉस, when you registered for doing chartered accountancy course ना, उधर दूर में संडे खड़ा था, वो मुंह मोड़ के चला गया. वो बोला भाई, you decided, you have made your decisions, I am not yours anymore. Sunday, what Sunday? No Sunday. There is nothing called a Sunday in CA curriculum, okay? So when it is as good as Monday for all of us. I'll tell you one thing happened when I was doing my intermediate. I was in Raipur, Chhattisgarh. So I was actually on a Sunday, I was not well. We had a class at 8. Instead of 7, the class started at 8. That's the only difference, but it went for whole day from morning 8 to 9, 8:39. So on a Sunday morning, before going to the class, I was actually not feeling well. So I went to a medical store with a bag and everything. And after buying the medicine, that guy is saying, "You're doing CA, na?" And I'm like, "Why? How do you know?" Because Sunday ko bag ek hi jन leke घूमते हैं. So even the medical store guy knew that for CAs, Sundays are not relevant. Okay. So guys, let's make some efficient utilization of your time. Okay. And Ayush, I'll take your doubts towards the second half of the class or towards the end of the class. But oh, Anki Reddy Sheelam says, sir, first time I completed total chapter. Very good. Keep it up. Today I'll complete one more chapter. Okay. Chalo guys, what are we going to study today? We are going to study today a very light provision. Just give me 1 second. I have to open something. Just 1 second. I stopped sharing screen. 1 second. 1 second, huh? Open your whatever module you have. So by the way, I have uploaded the notes for chapter 6, the summary notes that I have uploaded the chapter summary notes for chapter 6 on your ICA module, on your ICA portal. Also your chapter 5 handwritten notes that I was showing until yesterday, that also I have just uploaded before this class, so you can go and check that. Until then, just give me a moment. Yes, I'm done. Yes, guys. So your notes for chapter 6 is also ready, and you'll see it is only there in how many pages? 1, 2, 3, 4. Bas 4 page ka hai, khatam. In 4 pages, your notes for chapter 6 is also ready. By mistake, I have uploaded a part of chapter 7 also, which is not relevant for the time being. Now we will focus on chapter 6. Okay, come on, guys. What is chapter 6 all about, sir? What are we going to read in this chapter? First of all, guys, let me tell you something. Very easy and very scoring chapter. Okay, when a chapter is easy and scoring, now you can't let go of it because everyone is then doing it, right? Today is Zoom class? No, there is no Zoom class. For you, I don't know how it appears. But anyway, guys, listen to me. By the way, when you read from my notes, if by any chance, if you find any mistake, if you find any concept that I have by mistake, ऐसा होगा नहीं, definitely नहीं होगा, but if by mistake, if I have missed something, then please feel free to let me know so that I can add it on the notes and so that it can help other people also. So please, when you read the notes, if you find any mistake or any issue, just do let me know. Okay. Now, coming to your registration of charges topic. What is registration of charges? What are we going to read about in this chapter? So I was telling you about this chapter. It is a very important chapter. Okay, the chapter has a good amount of weightage in your paper. 4 mark का आता है जब आ जाता है, and it is relatively very easy to understand and very easy to by heart and very easy to write down in your answer sheet. This chapter starts from which section? Can anyone guess? Can anyone guess which section does this chapter start with? It starts from, अरे बोलो बोलो, कुछ तो बोलो, मुंह तो खोलो, बोलो. It starts with chapter section 77 and it goes up till section 87. Oh my god, is that 10 section or 11 section? कितने होते हैं भाई? 10 की 11, 77 से 87. अरे sir, what you are making fun of us? We know it is 10. बच्चा समझा क्या? 10 section है. नहीं बेटा, 11 sections है. There are 11 sections that we will be studying in this chapter, but relatively एक पैरा का section है, एक छोटा छोटा section है, so we will end it immediately. But end की बात कर रहे हैं, पहले शुरू तो करते हैं. What is registration of charges all about? Registration of charges. So first of all, what is a charge? What is a charge? What do you understand when I say charge? So have we come across the word charge in the previous? See. Shivani is saying 10, Rupesh is saying 10. भाई लोग उठ जाओ. Good morning. Good morning. आंखें तो खोलो. ऐसे कैसे पढ़ाई होगी? Listen to me. What is a charge? When I say charge, what do you understand by the word charge? So it is not that electricity charge. It is a different kind of charge. Understand, when a company is taking a deposit from any person, let's say this person is a member or anyone. Okay, now this person is concerned about the deposit. What if the company doesn't repay? What if the company fails to make the payment? What will happen then? Then there is a security that can be offered to this person. A security. Say this security is a Creta. It is a Creta. This company had a Creta car and company said that, boss, you give me money, I am keeping my Creta car as a deposit with you. Tomorrow, if I fail to repay the money, I will let you sell the Creta car, and whatever money you get from the Creta car, you adjust it against the deposit, and extra you pay back to me. Okay. So giving this Creta car in favor of this member is called as creating a charge. Sir, what did I say? It is called as a creating a charge. Creating a charge. So you are creating a charge on an asset of the company, which is your Creta. So what I did, I'll tell you. I'll tell you personally what I did. Okay. Shubham, I have a bike. Okay. It's a Royal Enfield. Okay. Now, if I have a Royal Enfield bike, what I did was, बाइक तो मैंने खरीद ली, पेट्रोल भराने के पैसे है नहीं. I bought a bike, but I don't have any money to put in the petrol because every penny went into that bike. Now I need money. I need money for multiple other things. Okay. So what I did was, first of all, I went to Axis Bank. I said, Axis, I have a bike. The value of the bike is 3 lakh rupees. Today, I am asking you a loan of only 2 lakh rupees. I'm asking you a loan of 2 lakh rupees. Axis will say, why will I give you loan? How will I trust you? What you if you default? So I said that you give me 2 lakh rupees. How much? You give me 2 lakh rupees. In return, I will create a charge on my bike. In your favor. Tomorrow, say if I'm not able to repay my 2 lakh rupees, then what you do is you sell my bike. 3 lakh रुपए की bike है, 2 lakh rupees में तो you'll be able to sell na. So you sell it for 2 lakh rupees and you recover your money. So Axis thought, yeah, yes, this is a good deal because I'll also earn interest on this loan. So I need to earn interest on this loan and I'm getting good security also. So it's fine. So Axis agreed to it and gave you a 2 lakh rupees loan. I thought, yeah, this is so easy to get money. I'm having a 3 lakh rupees bike and I'm getting loan so easily. So what I did was, after that, I also went to HDFC Bank. And I said, HDFC, same pitch. I said, HDFC, give me 2 lakh rupees. Why? Because I'll create a charge on my bike. If I fail to repay, then you sell the bike. But tell me, if HDFC also agrees to it and HDFC gives me 2 lakh rupees and takes a charge on the bike, then will it make sense? Because वैसे तो I can go and keep on taking 2 lakh rupees and giving it to other different banks. So there has to be some mechanism by which this HDFC guy can go somewhere and check that whether this bike has already been given as a charge or not. Correct? मतलब कोई तो ऑप्शन होना चाहिए ना कि HDFC बैंक जाके, मतलब मान लो कहीं सिस्टम में गया और चेक किया, आपका बाइक का नंबर डाला, इट पुट इन योर डिटेल्स ऑफ द बाइक एंड इट शोज दैट अरे दिस इज ऑलरेडी गिवन टू एक्सिस बैंक एज अ चार्ज, दिस इज ऑलरेडी गिवन टू SBI बैंक एज अ चार्ज. देयर शुड बी अ सिस्टम, राइट? Yes, so there is a system, but for data to be updated in the system, you will have to go and register this charge. Are you getting me? For some data to appear somewhere, you'll have to first go and put that data somewhere, correct? So law was created for this sole intention. The intention was that what used to happen, one person has one Royal Enfield bike, he's going to 10 different banks with the same Royal Enfield bike and asking for loan. चलो बैंक तो छोड़ दो, बैंक में तो फिर भी they have people to do the research and all. I came to you are a businessman, you have a lot of money. I came to you and I asked for a loan. You're a normal person, you're a businessman and you have money. I came to you and I asked for a loan. So for example, I went to Ankit, I asked 2 lakh rupees. Ankit gave it to me because I said, Ankit, this bike will be yours if I don't repay. Then I went to Pooja. I said, Pooja, will you give me 2 lakh rupees loan? She also said, yes sir, why not? So similarly, I went to 5-6 people and I collected 2 lakh rupees on the basis of that one same bike. So how will that be prevented, sir? So law made a provision that whenever a company, why company, sir? Because we are concerned about Companies Act. बाकी और लोगों के लिए होता होगा कुछ और. We are talking about Companies Act, so we'll talk about company. So if a company has a property, that property could be anything. That property could be Creta. Creta is also a property, na? Array, movable, immovable, tangible, intangible, everything is a property. So if the company creates a charge on any of its property, this charge will have to be registered with whom? Registered with ROC. And once you go, what will happen? Samjho. What happened was, company had a Creta. Okay, company had a Creta. Now, this company first went to Ankit and said, Ankit, we need a loan and I'll give you a charge on the Creta. So Ankit agreed. Yes, sure, why not? Then now you go and register this charge with ROC. What will happen? You will go into the system. You have a lot of forms to file. You'll fill that form and you'll submit it to the registrar. Now what will happen is when you submit this with the registrar, now listen to me very carefully. I'm telling you something. When you submit this document with the registrar, it becomes a deemed public notice. Matlab kya? If you have submitted something with the registrar, see, registrar is a public office, man. Registrar is a public office. Public office as in whatever information is submitted to registrar, you can access it either by payment of fees or non-payment of fees. Okay, either for free or on payment of fees, as the case may be, you can access that information. So when a company has given a charge to Ankit and that charge ka information is submitted to the registrar, then in that case it is deemed a public notice. Matlab kya? Matlab it will be assumed that every person on earth now knows that there is a charge. Kaise, sir? I'll tell you kaise. After Ankit, if what happened was, if this company went to Pooja and said, Pooja, I have a Creta car and I want to take a loan of 5 lakh rupees against it. So what Pooja will have to do is, Pooja will ask ki Creta ka number batao. So she'll say 1881 aisa kuch to bhi, they'll say tell the number. What Pooja will do is, Pooja will go to MCA website. She will search for this car detail and see whether any charge has been created against that Creta or not. As soon as she will do that, this charge that was registered now, this will come up. So Pooja will now know that Ankit had already given a loan based on this Creta. So this Creta's value may be 15 lakh rupees right now, but it is not actually 15 lakh, because if we have to sell the Creta tomorrow, the money will be shared between Ankit and Pooja. So she can make decisions accordingly, because she will at least be informed that there is already a charge on it. So company cannot lie then. Arey, did you understand? The company, when it went to Ankit first, it will have to then go and register it with the registrar, and second, after that, if it goes to Pooja, Pooja will have the option to go to MCA and check. But she can check only if this is registered now. If it is not registered, how will she check? So you have to mandatorily get your charges registered. Mandatorily, option ही नहीं है boss. अगर नहीं करवाओगे तो बहुत problem हो जाएगी. मतलब next level problem हो जाएगी. With that we will look into it. But did you broadly understand what is the gist? The gist is that you should go and register so that not multiple charges are created on the same property. At least not without information of the other party. Okay. Okay, sir. Did you understand? Okay. Now, so now you understand, sir, when I talk about charge, when I talk about charge, there are 2 points. One is creation of charge. Second one is registration of charge. Creation of charge matlab kya? For example, if you're raising money from the public, if you're raising deposit from the public, so you will have to create a charge in their favor within 30 days. That is an altogether different thing. We are not concerned with creation of the charge, whether or not to create a charge, how to create a charge. That is everything that is dependent on the company. But once the company creates a charge, once the company, अरे यार तुम क्लियर तो बोलो ना, तुमको समझा तो, और नहीं समझा तो नहीं समझा तो बोलो. बेचारी एक जन आर्ची गुप्ता कहती है क्लियर सर. बाकी लोग, आर यू स्लीपिंग? आर यू गाइस स्लीपिंग? आर यू गाइस स्लीपिंग? यस सर. स्लीपिंग का यस सर कि अंडरस्टूड का यस सर? चलो. So what will happen is that this chapter doesn't talk about creation of charge. It talks only about registration of charge. So you will have to go and register your charge once you have created this charge. Let me take 15-20 minutes. I'll explain every concept to you in the basic term possible. Matlab in the, ekdam light language mein, so you have a broad understanding of what is happening in this chapter. Once we are done with that 15-20 minutes, then we will get into reading the language from our notes, and that will be it. Khatam. और कुछ चाहिए ही नहीं. ठीक है. तो चार्ज क्या होता है सर? चार्ज मतलब now you have understood basically what charge means. Charge means that you have a property and you have created that property in favor of someone else. Okay. Now that is the charge. We'll read the technical definition after that. But when I talk about charge, please understand very clearly, charge can be of 2 types. Fixed charge, floating charge. Charges can be of two types, fixed charge, floating charge. What do you mean by fixed charge? What do you mean by floating charge, sir? What do you mean by fixed charge? What do you mean by floating charge? Fixed charge क्या होता है, floating charge क्या होता है, कोई बता सकता है? Sir, charge का concept is the same. That when a company takes money from a person, it will create a property. It will create a charge on any of its property in favor of that person. But depending on what sort of property this is, the charge will be called as fixed charge or floating charge. For example, if I created a charge on my land and building, the lands that I have, or the buildings that I have, or the office premises that I have, or any machinery that I have, these are kind of fixed asset. If I create a charge on these kind of assets which are usually fixed, or the value of which is fixed, then in that case I will say this is a fixed charge. This is what? This is a fixed charge. But understand a different concept. For example, there is a store called Miniso. I don't know how do you spell Sue. वो उधर तो कुछ और ही लिखा रहता है. There is a store called Miniso. If you must have been living in a cities, you must have seen that there is a store Miniso. Miniso means what? There are so many small items. You get a hand purse, you get I don't know, so many things, right? There is a Miniso. Or for example, assume Big Bazaar. It is such a big retail store and there are so many small items, correct? So what happens is, let's assume Big Bazaar. Now in case of a Big Bazaar, what will happen? For example, Big Bazaar wants to take loan from a bank. So Big Bazaar wanted to take loan from a bank. Now Big Bazaar said that I want to take loan from a bank, but I don't have any property. I don't have any land. I don't have any building. So this bank, let's say Axis Bank था. Axis Bank said that कोई बात नहीं भाई. तेरा जो Big Bazaar का store है ना, store जिसमें अंदर बहुत सारे retail सामान है, बहुत सारे छोटे-छोटे सामान है. That store you create in our favor. You create a charge on that store in our favor. Tomorrow, if you are not able to repay your money, what we will do is we will go to the store and we will take all the items of the store. We will sell the items and whatever we get, we get. Okay. So this, as compared to the above one, is a floating charge. I will tell you why. Because boss, if you have a land or building, or if you have an office premises, and for example, let's say for example, this company had a building in Prabha Devi. What is Prabha Devi? So Prabha Devi is a location in Mumbai. Okay, it's a location where Deepika Padukone used to say earlier. I am not sure if she stays now, but it is a location where Deepika Padukone used. हाँ sir, ये interesting. और बताओ ना थोड़ा location बताओ ना exact. Listen to me. So listen to me. So, okay, guys, fixed and floating charge, please try to understand. Okay, this is a little tricky. Fixed charge mein, please understand that this is the asset. Broadly this is the value of the asset. It is going to rise, that is fine, but it will not likely depreciate. But at the same time, you also know that this is the asset, it is fixed and you will not sell it. For example, if you have a land, it is fixed. It cannot keep on changing, right? But if the asset on the other hand is stock in trade, what did I say? If the asset on the other hand is stock in trade matlab, for example, Big Bazaar ka stock in trade matlab whatever you have to sell, that stock in trade keeps on changing every day, sir. If you have milk packets in the Big Bazaar, that milk packet keeps on getting sold and new milk packets comes into picture, right? So stock in trade, when you give as a charge, that stock is not stagnant. It keeps on changing. It keeps on replenishing. So what is the major difference between fixed charge and floating charge? Listen to me very carefully. When you are talking about fixed charge, you are giving your land and building, you are giving your premises, you are giving your machinery or other things which is identifiable and which is basically fixed as a fixed charge. But when you are talking about floating charge, what you are giving as a security is your stock in trade or your accounts receivable. For example, Big Bazaar says that, currently I have a debtor of 1 crore rupees. He goes to bank, Axis Bank, and says that Axis Bank, give me a loan of 50 lakh rupees. Axis Bank says, मेरे को क्या security मिलेगा? So Big Bazaar says that this debtor that I have of 1 crore rupees, I'll create a charge in favor of you. So tomorrow, if I'm not able to repay my debts, you can directly collect from the debtors and you can keep it with yourself. So this is called as a floating charge. Because why? Because today the debtor is 1 crore. Tomorrow, if someone pays 1 lakh rupees, the debtor will come to 99 lakh. Again, after that, if you sell more, the debtor will then increase to 1.1 crore. So it will keep on fluctuating. It is not stagnant. So it is floating charge. Now, sir, a logical question will come to your mind. What the company will do is, company will go to bank. Okay, company will go to bank, take a 50 lakh rupees loan, and against that it will show a debtor of 1 crore rupees. It will show, अरे मेरे पास debtor है 1 crore रुपए का और उसके बदले में 50 lakh रुपए का लोन दे दो, और Axis Bank बोलेगा good deal और Axis Bank पैसे दे देगा. After that, what the company will do is, it will keep on realizing this 1 crore. It will keep on collecting this 1 crore, and at one point of time, this 1 crore will come to 40 lakhs. Now, sir, when this 1 crore is standing at 40 lakhs, how is the bank secured? How is it in favor of bank? Right? How is it in favor of bank? ये तो problem है. Arey, do you think bank is a fool? Do you think bank is a fool that you can do this to bank? Bank, if you are going and taking loan on basis of your debtors, now bank will check that for the last 2 years or for the last 3 years, what is the amount of debtor that was pending at any point of time? Matlab, there is some debtor, there is some amount below which you cannot go only. So what is that average amount, or what is that minimum amount, what is that maximum amount? Everything that bank will check, and accordingly only bank will give loan. It will not happen that if you're taking a loan, you can go it down to that point, you can reduce the debtors so much. And similarly about stock. For example, instead of debtors, what you said to bank was, bank, I have a stock of 1 crore rupees. So it cannot happen that after taking loan, you're just selling off your stock, and then once all your stock are sold off, you're saying, I don't have money to repay. Arey, aisa nahi hoga. When you are selling your stock, you're selling your stock now, bank will also tell you that there is a minimum level of stock that you'll have to maintain. If that amount goes below that, then we will revisit this loan ka terms. So bank is not a fool, okay? Bank will do its all due diligence and accordingly decide what should be the amount of loan or whether or not to give the loan. So what is a floating charge, sir? Floating charge is basically charge which you create on assets, the value of which is not fixed. Okay. Now, or the assets which keeps on replenishing, which keeps on moving. Okay. Sir, one major difference between fixed charge and floating charge, if you understand, is when you talk about fixed charge now, you cannot sell the property. Matlab kya? If a charge has been created in the favor of land and building, or in favor of this premises or machinery. For example, a company had a machine, okay, and this machine has been given as a charge to Axis Bank. Now you cannot sell this machine without Axis Bank ka permission. You will have to first go to Axis Bank and ask Axis Bank, I have given you a charge on the machine, can I sell it? If Axis will say yes, you can go and sell it. If no, you cannot sell it. But in case of floating charge, if I have given stock as my floating charge, can I not sell my stock? Law says very well you can sell your stock, because in floating charge, that's the game. You can sell your stock without the permission of Axis Bank because there is no problem, because that is the understanding. Now that is why it is called floating charge. Now if, for example, Big Bazaar had taken loan on the basis of its outlet, on the basis of its retail outlet, will it not sell stock? बंद करके बैठ जाएगा. अरे बंद करके बैठ जाएगा तो how will it repay? So you will keep on selling stock, you'll keep on buying stock, selling stock, buying stock, selling stock. You don't have to take permission of Axis Bank for every sale that you make. But that is not the case with fixed charge. Do you understand? Sir, do you understand? Now, आपने वो एक सुना है बचपन में तो क्या कभी भी एक सीरियल आता था. There used to be a serial. क्योंकि सास भी कभी बहू थी. People who don't understand Hindi, please forgive me. This is something which I cannot explain in English, but in Hindi there used to be a serial called क्योंकि सास भी कभी बहू थी. ठीक है, क्योंकि सास भी कभी बहू थी, right? तो वैसे ही similarly floating charge जो होता है ना, वो आगे चल के एक point of time में fixed charge बन जाता है. A floating charge becomes a fixed charge somewhere down the line, and this conversion is called as crystallization of charge. Crystallization of charge. So what does it mean? What does it mean? Listen to me very carefully. Now, sir, what I've done is I have a stock of 1 crore rupees. Okay. And this stock I have given under floating charge. Now the bank is not creating any problem because the bank believes that क्योंकि सर भी कभी स्टूडेंट थे वाह 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 अंकित वाह listen to me sir, if you have a stock of 1 crore rupees, okay, what happened, you gave this 1 crore stock to Axis Bank and you took a loan. So this was what? This was a floating charge. Now understand, tomorrow, if for example this company goes into liquidation, sir, ये liquidation क्या होता है? Liquidation basically means if the company goes into winding up. Sir, ये winding up क्या होता है? Winding up means basically तुम अगर धंधा बंद कर रहे हो. If you are shutting down your business, if you are धंधा बंद कर रहे हो, अश्नीर ग्रोवर के भाषा में बोलो तो धंधा बंद कर रहे हो. If you are shutting down your business, if this you are shutting down your business, what will happen is bank will pass an order to crystallize your charge. Crystallize your charge मतलब क्या? Bank बोलेगा statue. Like we used to do in school ना, वैसे bank will say statue. Statue, why? Because now not a single stock will go out of this outlet. Because why? Because now we are in a risky situation. We don't know what we will get. So we want to preserve that stock. So we will say statue. That is, we will crystallize the fixed floating charge and we will say that not a single stock will be sold anymore or bought anymore. It is a statue. It has become crystallized. It has crystallized and you cannot make any movement in the stock anymore. And hence the stock, the charge now becomes a fixed charge. So for example, imagine, okay, there is a big bazaar outlet and there are so many small items, so many customers are coming, buying, selling is happening. But when Axis Bank decides to crystallize the floating charge, what will happen is it will say statue. No more single unit will be sold or no more single unit will be bought in that particular store. And whatever is there in that store, that belongs to Axis Bank if you default in the repayment of the loan. Okay, so crystallization of floating charge is a very important concept. Crystallization of floating charge means that your floating charge becomes fixed charge in a way that is all the assets now become fixed. Or for example, when we talk about debtors, let's not talk about stock, let's talk about debtors. When you have a debtor of 1 crore, you keep on collecting, you keep on selling more, so your debtor increases. Then you keep on collecting, then you keep on selling more, your debtor increases. It is a loop. But when crystallization happens, the company is instructed, keep us debtor say you will not collect a single rupee more, nor will you make any more sales. Debtor is freezed. So whatever debtor is as on that date, whatever debtors are there in the book, that belongs to me. Do you understand? Okay, so that is, sir, crystallization of fixed charge versus floating charge versus crystallization of fixed charge. I hope you understood. Now let's get started with the real sections. तो अभी तक क्या कर रहे थे सर? सेक्शन पढ़ाओ ना, क्यों टाइम पास कर रहे हो? अरे बुक में है भाई. These things that I'm saying is covered in your book. But sir, I'll ask you one last question. Okay, please, one last question. Sir, there is a store called Aptronics. It sells Apple ka products. Okay. And it went to Axis Bank and said, Axis Bank, I need a loan of 1 crore rupees. Axis Bank said, what will you give me in return? So Aptronics said that I have a store in Mumbai. This store has so many Apple items. The worth of this store is 5 crore. I will create a floating charge. I will create a floating charge in the store. Okay. So tomorrow, if I fail to repay this 1 crore rupees, what you do is you take whatever you want to take from this store and sell it and get your money back. So Axis Bank said, good deal, done. Now tell me one thing, sir. ये तो इनका deal हो गया. I am a customer. Okay. I then went to the Apple store and I said, Apple store, give me this iPhone 14. आया नहीं है अभी तक, तो मैं ले भी कहाँ रहा हूँ. For example, let's assume यहां तो खुश हो ले कम से कम. तो iPhone 14. I said iPhone 14 लेना है अपने को. So I went to the store and I bought this iPhone 14 and I brought it with me. I paid full 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees, whatever they are charging, and I took this iPhone 14 and brought it with myself. Now my question is, tomorrow if this Aptronics defaults in payment of this loan, can Axis Bank come and take this phone from me? Can Axis Bank come to me and say that, Arey, this phone was under floating charge. The store was under floating charge. So I can recover this phone. Can Axis Bank come to me and take away this phone? It is a very normal question, sir. Can Axis Bank come to me and take away this phone? Bolo, bolo, bolo. अरे बोलो. Sir, the answer is no. So when a floating charge is created, you have all the right to sell your asset. So when this Aptronics store sold this asset is now free of charge. मैं जा करके 2 लाख रुपए दे करके good faith में मैंने खरीद लिया. Why will the Axis Bank come tomorrow and take the asset from me? I have paid full price for it, and this money of 2 lakh has come into the system now. So you track that money, boss. You don't track my phone. My phone is free from the charge. So buyer will not get the charge. The charge will, the product will be free from charge when you sold it to the buyer. Good, good, good. Now, let's move forward, guys. Now, coming back to our most important topic, registration of charges. Sir, registration of charges, very simple. Just that too many form numbers. Aram se suno sab yaad ho jayega. So, what is happening is, we will take an example of Reliance. Okay, Reliance went to Axis Bank and took a loan of 1 crore. Okay, now Reliance, do you know, is there anyone here from Mumbai? Reliance, there is a Geo Garden, something called as Geo Garden in Bandra. Do you know what the exact name is? If not, Geo Garden is a very, very huge piece of land in very prime location in Bandra, Mumbai. Okay, this is Geo Garden. Okay, what Reliance did was, Reliance gave a charge on this Geo Garden to Axis Bank just for a loan of 1 crore rupees. यहाँ ब्रैकेट में 1 crore के ब्रैकेट में लिख लो rupees in 1000. ठीक है, तो 1000 crore rupees. Okay, now, yes, correct. Now listen to me. Now what happened is, Reliance has taken a loan from Axis Bank. Now you will have to go and register this charge. Sir, where will you go to register this charge? Very simple. You will go to ROC. But sir, my question is, who will go and register this charge? Will it be Reliance or will it be Axis Bank? Sir, can I say here that Axis Bank is the charge holder? Charge holder. जिसके फेवर में तुम चार्ज क्रिएट करते हो, he is the charge holder, and this Reliance is the borrowing company, the company which is borrowing. Correct. So my question to you is, who will go and register the charge? Reliance or charge holder? Who? Sir, law has put the onus on Reliance. Law has put the responsibility on Reliance, that Reliance, you will have to go to registrar and you will have to register your charge. It is your. Achha, it is not Geo Garden, it is Geo World Garden. Geo World Garden. ठीक है, fair enough. अरे सुनो, what am I saying? I am saying that it is the responsibility of Reliance. Sir, एक बात बताओ. If a charge is created, registering that charge is in favor of whom? Reliance or Axis Bank? अगर भाई सुनो, थोड़ा हिंदी. अगर एक चार्ज क्रिएट कर रहा है रिलायंस, तो किसके फायदे की बात है उसको जाके रजिस्टर करवाना? एक्सिस बैंक के फायदे की बात है कि रिलायंस के फायदे की बात है? मतलब who would be more happy if that charge gets registered? Sir, I think that the charge holder will be more happy. Why? Because now Reliance cannot go and cheat someone else. So there will be no dispute in future. So it is better to go and register the charge, because when you are registering a charge, you are basically saying to the whole world that Array, Geo World Garden has been given as a charge to Axis Bank. So it is in favor of the charge holder. But they have still put the responsibility on Reliance, that Reliance, please go and register the charge. So how will Reliance go and register the charge? Sir, Reliance will take a form. What is that form? That form can either be CHG1 or that form can either be CHG9. Okay, you'll take either of this form. Sir, what is this form? This form, charge 9, CHG9, CHG, why CHG, sir? Because charge ka CHG. So CHG9 is where you're creating a charge in favor of your debenture holders. CHG1 is where you're creating a charge in favor of other than debenture holder. Sir, why 2? वाई टू अलग अलग फॉर्म, वाई टू अलग अलग फॉर्म? बिकॉज अलग अलग फॉर्मेट होता है यार, समझो जब डिबेंचर होल्डर की बात आती है, सो यू आर क्रिएटिंग अ चार्ज इन फेवर ऑफ सो मेनी स्मॉल डिबेंचर होल्डर, सो द फॉर्म इज डिफरेंट बिकॉज द डिटेल्स आर डिफरेंट, बट इन चार्ज वन द डिटेल्स आर डिफरेंट. So either you pick charge 1 form or you pick charge 9 form and you go to ROC and you say ROC, I want to register this form. Now sir, most important question, within how many days will you get it registered? So for example, this is the date when you created a charge. This is the date when you created a charge in favor of Axis Bank. So law says that boss, within 30 days of such creation, within 30 days of such creation, you take the form CHG1 or CHG9, you take the normal fee which is prescribed. जो भी fees जो prescribed होता है वो लेकर के तुम ROC के पास चले जाओ. But sir, इंडिया में एक लॉ बनता है कि अगर 30 दिन में नहीं गया तो what if I didn't go in 30 days? What if I could not go in 30 days? So sir, there is a concept called as condonation for delay. Condonation for delay. Condonation for delay मतलब क्या? It means delay की माफी. It is forgiveness for not being on time. So if you are not able to register your charge within 30 days, what will happen? You will get you can apply to ROC for a condonation for delay. You can say ROC, I was not able to apply within 30 days, give me some more time. ROC can give you a further time of 30 days. Sir, I'll tell you something. I'm talking about by when should you get your charge registered. Let me just speak again. By when should you get your charge registered? Actually, you will have to split this. You will have to split this. Split this how, sir? Split this whether the charge was created before 2nd November 2018 or whether this charge was created after 2nd November 2018. देख रहे हो मेरी डॉक्टर वाली हैंडराइटिंग? ये देखो, ये मेरे सीए वाली हैंडराइटिंग है, मेरी डॉक्टर वाली हैंडराइटिंग. इसलिए सीए और जुलाई डॉक्टर डे दोनों एक साथ आता है जुलाई 1 को. क्या बकवास की सर, वाह 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 वाह. Listen to me guys, I am saying when a charge will have to be registered depends on whether the charge was created before 2018 or after 2018, because sir pehle the rule was something different, now the rule is something different. Let's talk about what is the rule now, because this is the most important part. Sir, what is the rule now? So the rule is very simple, listen to me very carefully. If your charge was created here, you will go to ROC within 30 days. With normal fees, normal fees. But if you were not able to go to ROC within 30 days, you will seek for extension and you will get a further extension of 30 more days. Matlab sir, this will be 60 days from the creation of the charge. One time extension, sir, but if you are going in the delayed period, you will have to pay an additional fee. कुछ नॉर्मल फीस तो आपको देना ही पड़ेगा, साथ में आपको एडिशनल फी भी देना पड़ेगा. इट इज अ काइंड ऑफ पेनल्टी फॉर डिलेड फाइलिंग. नाउ सर, इवन इफ यू डिडंट गो आफ्टर दैट 30 डेज, तो सर फर्स्ट 30 डेज में तो नहीं गया, उसके बाद फिर 30 डेज में भी नहीं गया, तो कर क्यों रहा है भाई? पर वट एवर इट इज, यू आर नॉट गोइंग, सो व्हाट नाउ? सो लॉ गिव्स यू वन मोर अपॉर्चुनिटी. Law will give you one more opportunity. You will get a additional period of 60 more days. But when you go for additional period of 60 more days, you will make your filing with the normal fees. Along with that, you also will have to pay a ad valorem fees. You also will have to pay a ad valorem fees. What is ad valorem fees? Sir, if I say that GST, is a ad valorem fee. If I say that GST is a ad valorem fee, it means that your GST depends on the value of the product. For example, I don't know what is the latest law, but until few months ago, the law was that if you are going to an hotel for a stay and the room rent of the hotel is less than 1,000 rupees, then there is no GST. If it is 1,000 to 2,000, there is such GST. If it is more than this, then there is 18% GST. So this percentage of GST was based on the value of the room, and hence this is called as ad valorem basis. Ad valorem matlab on the basis of value. Similarly, sir, similar to this concept, let me just tell you. Similar to this concept, here ad valorem fees matlab kya? If you have taken, if a company has taken a loan from Axis Bank of 100 crore, 1000 crore rupees, then the fees will be a percentage of this particular value. And hence the fees will be very significantly high as compared to your additional fees or normal fees. So the point is that if you are not able to go in the first 30 days, you will get a one-time extension of 30 days, wherein you can go with a normal additional fee. But if you don't go in that 30 days also, you will get one more extension and the last opportunity of 60 days. And in that 60 days, you will have to pay fees along with your ad valorem fees. So in any case, sir, the maximum time limit is 120 days. In any case, the maximum time limit is how much? 120 days. Usse zyada nahi ho sakta. Did you understand this? Okay, so sir, your time limit is एक बार मेरे साथ याद करो. You will have to make the filing within 30 days. If you're not making the filing within 30 days, if you're unable to make the filing, you'll get condonation for delay, one-time extension of 30 days. So this will be what? 60 days from the creation of the charge. When is the charge created? The charge is created here. But if you're not even able to make the filing within 60 days, then in that case, you will get a further extension of 60 days. But for this further extended period of 60 days, you'll have to pay fees plus ad valorem fees. And that is when you create charge, usse maximum 120 days के अंदर तो आपको charge को register करवाना ही करवाना पड़ेगा. अच्छा, मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं क्या? This was the case after 2nd November 2018. But what was the case before that, sir? This is not very relevant, but I'll just tell you once. This is not very relevant because this is history. अभी एग्जाम में आने की संभावना बहुत कम है. ओ इंस्टीट्यूट सुन रहे? Oh my God, institute can ask. So it is our responsibility. एक बार तो सुन ले sir. What was the provision earlier? The provision earlier was that you have to register the charge within 30 days. अरे ये तो same ही है. But if you fail to register the charge within 30 days, you will get an extension on payment of additional fees. But that extension can be for 300 days from the date of creation of charge. Please note that the starting point remains the same. पहले आपको law से 30 days मिलता है. But if you are not able to make that payment in file that registration in 30 days, you will get an extension such that the extension will not exceed 300 days from the creation of the charge. So law said, पागल है क्या 300 दिन? दिमाग खराब हो गया तुम्हारा? 300 दिन क्या होता है? तो इन्होंने हटाया सर 300 दिन को 30 दिन कर दिया और एक और एक्सटेंशन दे दिया 60 डेज का. इसमें और कोई फर्दर एक्सटेंशन नहीं था सर. There was no more further extension. There was just one extension. Either do within 30 days. If not, then go for, you'll get 300 days from the creation of charge. But sir, what happened? When this transition provision came in, transition provision as in when 2nd November 2018 came, every company started complaining that boss, we were to getting 300 days until now. Now you are all of a sudden making new law and making it 30 days. How will we comply with that law? We don't have time. We were thinking we have 300 days. तो हम आराम से फाइल करने वाले थे. अरे imagine a situation. What happened on 30th October 2030? A charge was created on 1st October 2018. Okay. So ideally it was supposed to be filed within 30 days, which is 30th October 2018. Now you were not able to file by 30th October 2018. So you got an extension and now you have whatever days are pending, like 270 days are left and you have 270 days to make the filing. But all of a sudden on 2nd November 2018, a new law comes in and says that, no, 300 days is not valid. So law says that, yes, it doesn't make sense because you had the right to make filing. So from the date of this transition, we will give you 6 months. 6 months to create the charge or register the charge. You have 6 months, आराम से जाओ और 6 महीने में register करवा लो. Sir, did you understand what I'm trying to say? What I'm trying to say here is we gave you 6 months because there was a transition provision and we wanted you to register everything with the end by the end of 6 months. So 6 महीने बहुत होते हैं sir, 6 महीने में register करवा लो. What do you have to buy at, sir? You have to buy at this right side. You have to buy at this right side. You have to buy at that 30 days में करना होता है CHG1 or CHG9. If you're not able to do in 30 days, you will get a further extension of 30 days. That in that 30 days you can do with payment of additional fee. एक बार बोलो अपने मुंह से बोलो एक बार. Additional fee. After that 30 days also expires, you can still get one more extension. Can I say this is extension 1? Can I say this is extension 1? And this is extension 2. You get one more extension, extension 2, wherein you pay ad valorem fees instead of additional fees, and ad valorem means on the basis of the value, and you can get your charge registered. Sir, but tell me something. If I don't register the charge at all, if I don't register the charge at all, Rekha is asking, sir, if a company again takes loan on the same asset, which was not registered up to 120 days, what will happen? It is a very important catch. I'll answer that, Rekha. It's a good question and it's a very important provision also, but listen to me very well. What is the consequences of not registering a charge? If you don't register a charge, what will happen? For example, company took loan from Axis Bank and didn't go to the ROC and didn't register. What will happen? Sir, if you don't register the charge, the charge will be considered void. So you are getting maximum you are getting maximum 120 days. In that 120 days also, if you don't register the charge, then the charge will be considered void. What do you mean by charge will be considered void? Kalko, tomorrow, if the company defaults in repayment of this loan, and now Axis Bank goes to the court and says that court, I have a right on this property, I have a charge on this property, but just we forgot to register it. Court will say, chalte bano. Court will say, please go away. If your charge is not registered, your charge is void. If your charge is not registered, charge is void. Arey sir, ye to problem hai. Arey sir, this is a problem. Why problem? You are saying that it is the responsibility of the company to go and register a charge. Now, if a company is not going to register a charge, it is becoming void. And if it is becoming void, तो नुकसान तो Axis Bank का हो रहा है. अरे जिम्मेदारी इसकी है तो नुकसान भी इसी को भुगतने दो ना. सर आप तो पूरा हिंदी मोड में स्विच हो गए. You have completely shifted to English Hindi mode. We are here for taking English classes. Why are you speaking Hindi, sir? Okay, I'll speak English. These things you don't put in comment. These things comes from inside. See, because all of my life I have been a backbencher. I was the person who used to come first in the class and go to the last bench to sit. Ekdam dur. So I know what backbencher comments because I am a backbencher. Inside me there is a backbencher. Okay. So tell me something. What I'm trying to explain here is that, sir, you just 5 questions you answer. Whose responsibility is it to register the charge with ROC? It is the responsibility of company. In whose favor has the charge been created? The charge has been created in the favor of bank or let's say charge holder. Now, what are the consequences if you don't register the charge? If you don't register the charge becomes void. That is, you cannot go and utilize that charge. So, is it fair that responsibilities of the company, but if company is not registering the charge holder is the one who is losing? Is it fair? No, sir, it is not fair, right? So how did law manage it? Law did something which is called, I'll tell you something. What did law do? What law did was law gave company the right 30 days to register the charge. 30 days, the first 30 days that you get to register the charge. If you are not able to register in 30 days, there are 2 options that opens up. First option is that you file for a condonation of delay of further 30 days and pay along with additional fees. ये तो अपन ने पढ़ा, ये तो अपन ने अभी यही पढ़ा ना, that you file for a condonation of delay and you register the charge with additional fees. The second option that opens up is that now instead of the company, the charge holder can file the charge or register the charge. मतलब अभी तक charge holder के पास option नहीं था, लेकिन now even the charge holder can go and register the charge. Earlier it was the responsibility of company, but in 30 days if the company did not register the charge, the charge holder can also go and register the charge. Okay. Now tell me something. Coming back to my example. Logic समझना sir, please understand the base. बाकी law तो अपने को पढ़ना ही है, law का language तो याद करना ही है. Just try to understand the base. Just try to understand the concept. Yes, Pooja asked, can Axis Bank file for the charge? Yes, Pooja, the Axis Bank can now go and file for the charge. But understand what will be the problem if Axis Bank goes and file for the charge. Understand, Shubham has taken a loan from Axis. Okay, and the loan was for 1 lakh rupees, 2 lakh rupees. And what did I give as a security? I gave the security as a Royal Enfield. Okay. Now, if Shubham is going to ROC and saying ROC that ROC, I have a Royal Enfield and that Royal Enfield is given as a charge to Axis Bank. If I am going and saying to Axis Bank, ROC that ROC, I have a Royal Enfield. देखो ये मेरा bike है. These are the documents of the these are the paper and these are the paper and I am now going. I'm giving a charge of this bike to Axis Bank. So ROC will register it. Very good. But imagine a situation if instead of me, Axis Bank is going to ROC and saying ROC, वो जो bike है ना शुभम की bike, वो जो शुभम के घर पे रखी हुई है, the bike that Shubham owns, which is with Shubham, that bike I have a charge in that in favor of me. Axis Bank will say, क्या proof है भाई? What is the proof that you have charge? See, when Shubham came to us, it was logical because that bike belongs to Shubham, and if Shubham is saying that it is you have a charge, then you have a charge. But Axis Bank, how do we believe that what you are saying is true? How do we believe? So there is a problem of trust. So what Axis Bank will do in that case is when what ROC will do in that case is when Axis Bank comes to ROC, ROC will go to Shubham and say, Shubham, listen, Axis Bank has come to us and Axis Bank is saying that it has a charge on your Royal Enfield, on your Bullet. We are on the verge of registering that charge. We are registering that charge. Do you have any problem with that? Do you have any proof that this charge was not created? And they will give me a time of 14 days. I'll receive the notice. मैं देखूंगा हाँ Axis Bank गया है, मैं बोलूंगा हाँ no problem, please register the charge. I was about to come to you. But if I don't reply, if I say अरे no boss, I don't have any charge, Axis Bank is lying, then in that case ROC will not register this charge. So the point that I'm trying to drive here is the concept changes a little bit when the owner goes versus when the charge holder goes. So when the charge holder goes to the ROC, one additional step gets introduced. That is the ROC will have to go to the company or Shubham and ask whether you are okay with this charge, and they'll give you a show cause notice of 14 days. You will say either yes, that you don't have any problem, please register this charge, then ROC will register. If you say no, then it will not register. If you don't reply, if you are silent, then ROC will assume कि भाई charge है और वो charge register कर देंगे. तो आपको basically 14 days का time दिया जाएगा. Okay. So in my same example, company versus Axis Bank, when the charge holder now goes to ROC to register the charge, it went to ROC. ROC will go to company and say show cause notice, tell us why we should not register this charge. If company is saying something, then good, or else ROC will go ahead and register this charge. This is a basic step. Did you understand, sir? What have we studied till now? Nothing much. We have just studied that what is a charge. Charge में उसमें fixed charge होता है, floating charge होता है, fixed charge होता है, floating charge होता है, और fixed charge और floating charge के बाद how do you register that charge? You go to ROC to register that charge in form CHG1 or CHG9, and once you go to registrar, you register, they'll register the charge. If you cannot go within 30 days, one time extension of 30 days. So extension 1, wherein you will have to pay additional fee. If you're not able to do in that 30 days also, you'll have to go for a extension 2 of further 60 days, wherein you will pay a ad valorem fees. पूजा से सर ऐसा कैसे बोल सकते हैं, एक्सिस बैंक के पास तो प्रूफ है, एक्सिस बैंक ने तो लोन दिया है, हाउ कैन द कंपनी से नो? तुम लोग ना इमोशनल हो जाते हो, तुम लोग इमोशनल हो जाते हो. प्लीज अंडरस्टैंड, लॉ हैज अ कॉन्सेप्ट कॉल्ड एज प्रिंसिपल ऑफ नेचुरल जस्टिस. PONJ क्या है सर? प्रिंसिपल ऑफ नेचुरल जस्टिस. प्रिंसिपल ऑफ नेचुरल जस्टिस. अभी सर प्रिंसिपल ऑफ नेचुरल जस्टिस मीन्स इट इज वन ऑफ द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ लॉ दैट opportunity of being heard is given to every person. Opportunity of being heard is given to every person. मतलब क्या समझो? Why was this provision made? मतलब your question is, you are thinking, what you are thinking is, if company has taken loan from Axis Bank of 1 crore rupees and Axis Bank के favor में it has created a property as a charge. Now if Axis Bank is going to ROC saying that we want to register this charge, ROC is going to company asking whether you have given this property as a charge. How will the company say no? How can the company say no? What law is saying is, boss, the company will not say no. If it is a genuine case, if it is a true case, company will not say no. इतने सारे documents होते हैं, इतने सारे paperwork होते हैं, company झूठ कैसे बोलेगा? Company will not say no. But boss, if there is, instead of Axis Bank, imagine Shubham had given a loan of 1 crore to Axis Bank, to this company. But this company had not given me any charge. But मैं ऐसे ही टाइम पास के लिए मैं चला गया आरओसी के पास, बोला आरओसी रजिस्टर कर देना, या फिर मैं गलती से चला गया, तो भाई तो in that case तो company has the right to say no ना. When company says no, ROC will have proof अरे that this is not, there is no charge in favor of this particular asset and hence it will refuse to register. These are just provisions, these are just options. कल को ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि नया केस आया और तुम नया लॉ बना रहे हो. लॉ कवर्स एवरीथिंग. हाँ बोला तो क्या होगा, ना बोला तो क्या होगा, नहीं बोला तो क्या होगा, एवरीथिंग इज कवर्ड बाय लॉ. हाँ, you used to sit in last bench and now you came in front of all benches. Yes. Okay. Now, sir, what happens if the company refuses to reply in the show cause? In that case, if you do not reply, it will be deemed that तुम्हारी हाँ है और हम register कर लेंगे. हम क्या notice भेजते पता है? Do you know what will be the language of notice of ROC to C company? ROC will say that company, we have received a request from Axis Bank to register a charge and these are the detail of the charge. Within 14 days, show us a reason why we should not register it. If you don't show us a reason why we should not register it, we will go ahead and register this charge. Okay. If you don't show us a reason why we should not register it, we will go ahead and register the charge. Did you understand, my friend? Did you understand? Yes, sir, we understood. Now, after you made an application and you got your charge registered, what did I say? What did I say? This company or charge holder, as the case may be, will go to ROC and they will apply for registration of charge in form CHG1 or CHG9. Once you go to ROC and once ROC sees whether all the conditions are satisfied, ROC will issue a certificate of registration. Certificate of registration मतलब क्या? आपका charge register हो गया. Your charge has been successfully registered. This certificate of registration, my friend, will be issued. Listen to me. Will be issued in form CHG2. The certificate of registration will be issued in form CHG2. In form CHG2, you'll get your certificate of registration. Once you get your certificate of registration now, it means that all the provision relating to this registration has been complied with. मतलब आपका पूरा registration हो गया, जो भी provision आपको comply करना था, that has been complied with if you're receiving a CHG2. Okay. Now, sir, what may happen is, sometimes what happens is, if a company has taken a loan from Axis Bank and say the interest rate was 10%. The interest rate was 10% and against this you have given a property. Okay. Now some things may change. Some things may change. For example, this loan rate, this rate can go up to 11% or this rate can go up to 9%, or your terms and conditions of the property may change, or some new person may get added to this property. As in, along with Axis Bank, now HDFC Bank also has a charge on this property. So what I'm trying to say is, there will be times wherein there is modification in the terms and condition of the charge. You created a charge, you got it registered, very good. Now there can be modifications also in the terms and conditions of the charge. So if there is a modification also now, treat it like a fresh registration. If it is a modification also, what the company will have to do is, or the charge holder will have to do is, within 30 days, they will have to go to ROC. So first the company will have to go. If the company is not able to go, then the charge holder will go. It will go to ROC within 30 days and take the same form, my friend, CHG1 or CHG9 as the case may be, and file for modification. That boss, वो जो पहले हमने register करवाया था ना, उसमें modification है. These are the details. And once you go to registrar for modification, modification will be accepted. And once modification is accepted, the registrar will now issue a new certificate called as certificate of modification. Certificate of modification भी आएगा, certification of modification of charge भी आएगा. This will be in form CHG3. Sir, वो जाकिर खान कहता है ना, फ्लो है, समझो तुम फ्लो है. क्रोनोलॉजी समझो तुम. आप क्रोनोलॉजी समझिए. आप एप्लीकेशन दे रहे हो CHG1 में, एक बार CHG9 भूल जाओ. You are registering in CHG1, you will get your certificate of registration in CHG2. If you have modified in modification, you will again file it in CHG1. You will get your certificate of modification in CHG3. Did you understand? क्या जा रहा है? CHG1 जा रहा है, CHG2 और 3 आ रहा है. Did you understand, sir? Did you understand? Okay. Now, sir, एक very important concept. I'll tell you a very important concept. If you don't listen to me, you'll make a mistake. अगर आप नहीं सुनोगे, लगी 100 की शर्त, गलत बताओगे. Listen to me very carefully. Sir, what are the consequences of non-registration? What are the consequences of non-registration? What if you don't register? I said the registry, if you don't register, your charge will become void. Okay. But sir, what are the consequences of delayed registration? I'll tell you with an example. Okay. 1st January को a charge was created in favor of Axis Bank. 1st January ko a charge was created in favor of Axis Bank. So by 30th of January, the charge should have been registered. Okay, but it was not registered. Now after that, what happened? Because it was not registered, on 5th of February, what the charge holder as an Axis Bank did was, Axis Bank went and applied for registration of these charges along with payment of additional fee पे करके चार्ज के लिए अप्लाई कर दिया. 5th of February को Axis Bank went to ROC and applied for registration of these charges, and this charges got registered. This charge got registered. But on the other hand, simultaneously what happened, listen to me very carefully, simultaneously what happened, on 3rd of January, the same asset, the same property was given as a charge to HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank wala points मैं red pen में लिख रहा हूँ और Axis Bank wala I kept in green pen. So on 3rd of Jan, HDFC Bank wala case happened. HDFC Bank ko you gave that charge. But on 16th of Jan, company went to ROC and registered this charge. Sir, there is an asset. Okay. The first charge was created in favor of Axis Bank, and after that a charge was created in favor of HDFC Bank. Now HDFC Bank went and registered first, and then apna Axis Bank went and registered second. Now tell me, if the loan that you had taken from Axis Bank was 1 crore, okay? If the loan that you had taken from HDFC Bank was 1 crore, दोनों से 1 करोड़ का लोन लिया, और कल को when the company defaulted, but obviously you sold this property. When you sold this property, you got an amount of 1 crore. So sir, Axis Bank को भी 1 करोड़ देना है, HDFC Bank को भी 1 करोड़ देना है. जो प्रॉपर्टी जिसपे चार्ज क्रिएट किया था ना, उसको बेच के सिर्फ 1 ही करोड़ मिला. Initially you thought you'll get 3 crore, boss. Initially when you had created the charge na, you thought 3 crore तो आराम से मिलेगा. But you know, real estate market down हो गया. So you could only get 1 crore rupees. My question to you is very simple. Who will take this 1 crore? Option A, Axis Bank. Option B, HDFC Bank. Option C, both will take 50-50. Option D, none of the above. Sir, my question is, जो 1 crore मिला, who will take this 1 crore rupees? Will it be taken by HDFC Bank? Will it be taken by Axis Bank? Because Axis Bank को पहले हमने charge दिया था. Will it be taken by HDFC Bank? Because HDFC Bank ने पहले charge register करवाया था. Will it be taken by both of them? Because both of them have charge which is registered. Or will it be taken by none of the above? What is your answer? A, B, C, D. लगी है 100 की, याद रखना, भूलियो मत. बोलो. अरे बोलो, कुछ तो बोलो, मुंह तो खोलो. Sir, the answer is B. HDFC Bank पूरा का पूरा ले जाएगा, and this is the consequences of non-registration or delayed registration. Sir, यहां Axis Bank पीछे हो गया, भले गलती कंपनी की थी, although the mistake was of the company, but please understand, ROC will, from ROC's point of view, when the charge is registered with ROC, that is when it becomes valid. When the charge is registered with ROC, that is when it becomes valid. HDFC का जो charge था वो पहले register हो गया, so HDFC will have a priority. Sir, is it fair? Is it fair? No, it is not fair. But इसमें law की गलती नहीं है. Here the only person responsible is that company. You go and check with that company. Why the hell did you register HDFC का charge first and not mine first? So that is the understanding between Axis Bank and company, okay? That law does not have anything to do with it. Because if you think logically, this is a very congested example, and this example, similar example is taken with by ICI also. But let me tell you a very logical example, boss. A very logical example. If the loan, if the charge that was created in favor of Axis Bank, जो Axis Bank का create किया था, वो अगर यहाँ पे होने की जगह, if it got registered here, यहाँ पे 14 Jan को register हो गया, तो किसको प्रायोरिटी मिलनी चाहिए? जिसका चार्ज पहले रजिस्टर हुआ. तो सेम इज द केस हियर. HDFC का चार्ज इज गेटिंग रजिस्टर्ड फर्स्ट, सो HDFC विल गेट द मनी फर्स्ट. ठीक है. व्हाई डिड द कंपनी नॉट रजिस्टर? कंपनी के वजह से हुआ, तो एक्सिस बैंक क्या करेगा? बस तो लॉ भी क्या करेगा? How much will law control? You also go and check your understanding with the company that why the hell are you not registering my charge? I am giving you money. I also gave you 1 crore rupees. So that is your understanding with the company. That is your business relation. You check. Okay. Sir, Mahadev is asking, how can ROC register? By if the company is giving the asset, if HDFC is taking the asset on which charge has already been created in favor of Axis Bank, उसमें अगर company राजी है, Axis Bank राजी है, HDFC राजी है, तो ROC को क्या प्रॉब्लम है? जब मियां बीवी राजी तो क्या करेगा आरओसी? जब मियां बीवी राजी तो क्या करेगा आरओसी? सो गाइज हियर how will charge be created on the same asset or falana dimkana? That is a different topic. But if the company has agreed to give a charge to HDFC and Axis Bank both, if Axis Bank has taken it, HDFC has taken it, then it is fine. And logically, if you think 3 crore ki property, this property is of 3 crores. Okay, so you have taken only 1 crore from Axis Bank. You can also take 1 crore from HDFC Bank, not a problem. Okay. चलो guys, आगे बढ़ते हैं. Now, sir, just one last point and then we will move ahead. Listen to me very carefully. One last point, guys. One last point. Do you realize one thing? That when that it is the duty of the company to register the charge. So when a company is going to ROC, here the charge was created, it has to go within 30 days. Okay. So when it goes within 30 days, it will have to make the payment of a fees. Correct. Now, whose duty was it to go to ROC? It was the duty of the company. But if it could not go within these 30 days, 30 दिन में नहीं जा पाया, तो ये 30 दिन में जाने का मिलेगा उसको. But ये 30 days में, if not the company, the charge holder can also go. The charge holder can also go. The bank can also go. Correct. Now, when the bank is going, it will have to pay fees, and it will have to pay additional fees. Correct. It will have to pay fees and additional fees. But sir, registering was the responsibility of the company, na. So अगर fees और additional fees में मान लो इन्होंने 10,000 रुपया दिया. So this 10,000 rupees that they paid will be recoverable from the company. They can recover the fees the fees that they have paid for registering the charge. This charge holder can always recover these fees from whom? From the company, because it was the responsibility of the company to pay these fees. We are not responsible for paying these fees. So fees or additional fees, whatever you have paid, you can recover it from the company because company की responsibility थी. Okay, sir. Okay. Now, you said that a company has taken a loan from Axis Bank, and in return, it has created a charge, and then it also got the charge registered. Charge जाकर के आपने register करवा लिया. अब इसके बाद क्या होगा, sir? You have taken a loan of say 10 crore. And you registered a property on which you have created a charge. What will happen after that? After that, what will happen is, for example, you had taken the loan for 1 year. What will happen after 1 year? After 1 year, what will happen is you will repay the loan. Correct. You will go and repay the loan. So this company will now repay the loan to Axis Bank. So now you also have to release this property. You'll have to make this property free of charge. Correct. So you will have to go to ROC and say ROC, वो जो 1 साल पहले मैं तुम्हारे पास आया था ना चार्ज लेकर के, वो चार्ज अभी फ्री हो गया है because we have satisfied the loan. Because company will go to ROC and say, ROC, we have repaid the loan. Repaid the loan as in satisfied the loan, satisfaction of the loan. We have satisfied the loan and hence we have repaid the loan. Now, please release our property. We want to make it free of charge. Why does the company have to do it, sir? Why does the company have to do it? Imagine this is a Prabha Devi wala property. Prabha Devi wala property. Okay. Now, after you have repaid this 10 crore loan, you want to go and sell this Prabha Devi wala property to Ranveer Singh. You want to go and sell this property to Ranveer Singh. Ranveer Singh ने कहा दीपिका पादुकोण का फ्लैट मैं ही खरीदेगा. I'll buy it. Okay. So now Ranveer Singh को वो फ्लैट खरीदना था. But Ranveer Singh ने क्या बोला कि boss, I am going and checking in MCA का website. I can see that there is a charge on this property. But the company is saying, अरे no, that we have to update. We have repaid the amount. Don't worry, that charge is free. तो रणवीर सिंह बोलेगा पागल मत समझो. ऐसे कपड़े पहनता हूं मैं माना, लेकिन पागल नहीं हूं मैं. Don't go on my clothing, okay? I have my brain. It looks like I don't, but I have a brain. Okay. So, Ranveer Singh said that, Arey boss, MCA pe to I can see this charge. I can't rely on what you're saying. I need to see on MCA that this property has no charge. So what the company will have to do is company will have to go to ROC and file that ROC. Arey boss, see, normally speaking, whether or not someone is buying it, whether or not someone is seeing it, if you have satisfied a charge, it is better and go and update it wherever you have to update. Now, so you go to ROC and you tell them ROC, एक फॉर्म लोगे क्या? कौन सा फॉर्म? बोले एक फॉर्म है चार्ज 4, एक फॉर्म है बोले CHG4. उस CHG4 में आप क्या करोगे? As soon as your charge is satisfied, as soon as your loan is satisfied, what you will do is within 30 days, you will go to ROC in form CHG4 and you will say ROC, please register this particular satisfaction of charge and release my property. Now, when you go to ROC, you'll have to go within 30 days. But sir, what if I fail to go within 30 days? Can you guess what? Guess कर लो, तुमको नहीं पता. What if you fail to go within 30 days? How much extension will you get? What if you fail to go within 30 days? When you go within 30 days, you'll have to pay fees, okay? You'll have to pay fees also. But what after that? If you don't go in 30 days, what will happen? In that case, you will get an extension of how many days? Sir, आपका मन किया बोलने का 30 days, या फिर आपका मन किया बोलने का कि satisfaction after 2nd November 2018 या before 2018. But sir, in satisfaction, they have not made any amendment. So the provision is same as what it used to be earlier. So if you're not able to go and register the satisfaction within 30 days, you can then go within 300 days from the date of creation itself. So you are additionally getting just 270 days ka extension. They are saying that if you fail to go within 30 days, you can then go for a further extension of 300 days from the date of creation on payment of additional fees. Did you understand, my friend? Point is that if you are satisfying a charge, sir, first step is creation of a charge. So when you create a charge, go and register it. Second step is satisfaction of a charge. When you're satisfying also a charge, go and register it. This you will go in form CHG4. And same within 30 days you'll go. But if you're not able to go within 30 days, you will go within 300 days. But sir, now tell me something. Here, there is a scope of fraud. What is the scope of fraud? Company क्या कर सकती है? What is the scope of fraud? What company can do is company can take a loan from Axis Bank of 10 crore against this particular charge. And then it can go to the ROC to register this charge in favor of Axis Bank. क्यों? क्योंकि बस Axis Bank को दिखाना था कि भाई मैंने register कर दिया है, तो मेरा लोन का और amount दे दे. अब immediately after registration, 3 months later, what Axis company can do is company चला जाएगा Axis Bank ROC के पास और बोलेगा we have satisfied the charge, please release our property. But sir, how will you know whether you have satisfied the charge? Company कुछ भी गलत transaction दिखा देगा. But sir, it is also important that you go and ask to Axis Bank कि Axis Bank, तेरे को तेरे पैसे वापस मिल गए क्या? ROC जाके Axis Bank को पूछेगा, ऐसे ही पूछेगा. Axis Bank, did you get your money back? Because company is saying that it has paid your money back and company is saying to release the charge. Should I release the charge? Who will say? ROC will go and tell whom? ROC will go and tell to the Axis Bank. Why? Because you also need confirmation of Axis Bank ना कि भाई तेरे को ठीक है क्या? तू satisfy हुआ क्या? Company तो बोल रही है we have satisfied you. But did you get satisfied? is what you will have to ask Axis Bank. So ROC will go to Axis Bank and Axis Bank ko bolega, Axis Bank, we have received a notice from the company that the charge has been satisfied. Has the charge been satisfied? And if not, tell us reason why we should not register this satisfaction. Why should we not register this satisfaction? If you have any reason, give us that reason within 14 days. If not, we will just go ahead and register the satisfaction. So these kind of things are called as a show cause notice. What are they called? शो कॉज नोटिस. ये तुम्हारा पीछा नहीं छोड़ेगा. SCN, शो कॉज नोटिस मतलब क्या? शो कॉज नोटिस मतलब टेल अस द रीजन व्हाई शुड वी नॉट रजिस्टर दिस चार्ज. Okay, and when if they have a reason, so more likely what will happen, more likely genuine scenario है, Axis Bank को पैसा आ गया होगा तो Axis Bank बोलेगा कोई बात नहीं भाई, बिंदास register कर लो because I have received my money back, and go ahead and register the satisfaction of the charge. Okay, now sir, now when ROC registers this satisfaction of charge, ROC will issue a form called CHG5. CHG5 क्या है? CHG5 है सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ सैटिस्फैक्शन ऑफ चार्ज. पहले आपने सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ रजिस्ट्रेशन इशू किया था, अब आप सर्टिफिकेट ऑफ सैटिस्फैक्शन इशू कर रहे हो. सर CHG1 जाता है, 2 और 3 आता है, 4 जाता है, 5 आता है. ये बात करता है, दिस इज टॉकिंग अबाउट रजिस्ट्रेशन of creation. This is talking about creation. This is talking about satisfaction. Simple है. Chronology समझो, simple है. Sir, one important point. When you are going to register a charge you will have to carry something with you. For example, a company and Axis Bank से लोन लिया 10 करोड़ का और कंपनी ने एक्सिस बैंक को एक प्रॉपर्टी दे रखा है चार्ज में. सो सर चार्ज क्रिएट कैसे होता है? यू विल हैव टू क्रिएट एन इंस्ट्रूमेंट in which you will have to say that we have taken a loan of falana amount, on against that we have a property, we have created a charge on this property, and you'll put in more details. यहां पे फिर कंपनी साइन करेगा और यहां पे फिर चार्ज होल्डर साइन करेगा. इसको क्या कहते हैं सर? दिस इज अ चार्ज इंस्ट्रूमेंट. Okay, so when you are going for registration now, you will always carry this instrument. Okay, so whosoever is going, if the charge holder is going or if the company is going, you will always carry this instrument. Okay, and that is how you'll get a charge registered. Did you understand, my friend? Guys, did you understand? Very simple, exactly. अब सर चलो, we have a hour's concept left to cover. We will cover that. Let's now take a break and then we will come back after the break and we will cover the remaining chapter. If you don't take a break, if you don't feel like taking a break, feel free to just sit for some time and read whatever we have studied through the summary notes. Some points in the middle which I have not covered, उसको बस mark कर लो. उसको मैं थोड़ी देर बाद जब क्लास में read करवाऊंगा तब I'll explain you along with the class. Okay, chalo guys, see you. It's a break. It's 8:23. I will see you sharp at 8:35. In 12 minutes, the break had shortened. See you after 12 minutes. Bye-bye. Hey guys, वापस आए क्या? Are you all back? Are you all back? Come on. आजा आजा. Break time is completed. Start class. एक मिनट नहीं दोगे? हाँ, कि लोग वापस आ जाए, सेटल हो जाए, शुरू कर ले. Start class. Guys, are you all back? You'll have to say yes, 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 yes. I want to see all who all are present. Come on. Don't feel lazy to chat. This is the only way of communication I can hear you. Please speak. Anything. तुमको मैं झुकेगा नहीं साला लिखना, write that, but at least speak. Archie, I'll take your query, but queries towards the end of the class, not in between. Mahadev revised during the break. Very good. समझ आया Mahadev? Did you understand? Okay, good. Good. This feels so practical. It doesn't feel like a theory class. But hai theory, huh? Guys, chalo. What are we going to do next? Sophisticated version. अपन रुकेगा नहीं sir. Very good. Chalo. Guys, let's get started and let's finish it. Let's actually do something. Let's go through our notes. Okay, let's go through our notes. उसमें 1, 2, 3 पेज तो अपने cover हो गए हैं. And 4th page I'll just cover along with you and we'll finish it. Okay. Now, if you see in the first part of the notes, I've given you a summary of all the charge wala forms and the relevant section from which it is coming. So if you, let's see charge 1, 2, 3. Charge CHG 1, 2, 3. One is application to register the creation or modification of charge, because modification also goes in the same form other than debenture. Why other than debenture? Because debenture is given in CHG 9. Application for registration of creation or modification of charge for debentures including rectification. Okay. Now what is CHG 2? It is certificate of registration of charge and certification of modification of charge. So ये जाता है, ये दोनों आता है. Next, intimation to the registrar regarding particulars of satisfaction of charge. So your ये जाता है ROC के पास, and certificate of registration of satisfaction of charge ये आता है. उसके बाद का अपन पढ़ेंगे. देखो क्या है यहाँ पे. It is notice of appointment or cessation of receiver or manager, something new. ठीक है. उसके बाद CHG 7, register of charges created, modified or satisfied by the company. Okay, something new. Application to CG requesting an extension of time for filing, details of registration of creation, modification. These three are something that, these 3 sections is something that we are yet to read. Okay, so we will, along with that, will highlight these forms also. Now coming to our sections, but before that, what is a charge? What is a charge, sir? This definition you will have to ratta. Exam mein they ask the definition of charge. What is a charge? I have broken down this one line of definition into 4 points for ease of remembering. Charge means an interest or lien. Interest or lien created on the property or asset of the company or any of its undertaking or both. So you have created something on something of the company. Something on something of the company. What have you created? You have created interest. So Axis Bank का इंटरेस्ट आप क्रिएट कर रहे हो उस प्रॉपर्टी में. इंटरेस्ट मतलब वो इंटरेस्ट नहीं कि मेरे को लॉ में इंटरेस्ट है, मेरे को ऑडिट में इंटरेस्ट नहीं, वो इंटरेस्ट नहीं. इंटरेस्ट मतलब बेसिकली फाइनेंशियल इंटरेस्ट, कमर्शियल इंटरेस्ट यू आर क्रिएटिंग. सो चार्ज मीन्स एन इंटरेस्ट और लियन क्रिएटेड ऑन द प्रॉपर्टी or asset of a company or any of its undertaking or both as a security for repayment of loan and includes a mortgage. Sir, can I tell you, now that we are here, can I tell you, there are three words that I would want you to remember. Like it may not be necessary for your exam point of view, but ये आता है आपके generally आपने बचपन में भी पढ़ा होगा. बचपन मतलब foundation, boss. Hypothecation, mortgage and pledge. Can someone tell me what is the difference between three words? So mortgage, someone mein main aa gaya. I'll tell you. What is mortgage? Mortgage is basically when it relates to immovable property. So for example, I have a Juhu mein एक सी फेसिंग प्रॉपर्टी. जुहू, वेयर इज जुहू? सर जुहू इज इन मुंबई. जुहू चौपाटी सुना होगा आपने. सो जुहू इज इन मुंबई. उधर देयर इज अ अक्षय कुमार का फ्लैट. अक्षय कुमार के फ्लैट के बाजू में अपुन का फ्लैट है. That flat sea facing property is an immovable property. Now if I want to create a charge on that property, I cannot take it from Juhu and keep it in Axis Bank's office, right? It is an immovable property. So what I'll do is I'll take all the papers, the title deeds, what you say title deeds, which shows that that property is mine. I'll take this paper and I will give this paper to Axis Bank. So this is called as mortgage. The immovable property is mortgage with the charge holder. What is hypothecation? Hypothecation, yesterday I saw an auto. उस ऑटो के पीछे लिखा हुआ था ऑटो भोला. Hypothecated with SBI. So this auto was hypothecated with SBI, which means that he took money from SBI and then he bought an auto. And that auto was hypothecated with SBI. मतलब क्या? It was not kept with SBI. That auto is still in operation. That auto is doing business and earning money. And that auto is repaying the debts. But if you fail to repay the debts, then in that case, SBI has the right to take over this particular asset. So this is called as hypothecated. As until the time you don't clear the dues. जब आपका पूरा लोन रीपे हो जाएगा, तो वो फिर asset किसका हो जाएगा? ऑटो रिक्शा वाले का. अब the third one is pledge. What is a pledge? Pledge is basically, for example, वो होता है ना कि घर में शादी है, तो मम्मी के सोना निकाले और दे करके. सर आप ये एग्जाम्पल बहुत लेते हो, आपके इधर हुआ है? ऐसा नहीं है सर. Pledge means what? You take a property and you give it to someone. You actually keep that property with the other person, and against that you take some loan. For example, gold loan हो गया. ठीक है? That kind of thing is called as pledge. Pledge is, these are all different kinds of charges. So charge also clearly indicates that they include mortgage. वैसे भी mortgage include होता है, which basically means an interest on lien created on the property or assets of the company. सर ये याद करो. कैसे याद करोगे? पहला word interest, दूसरा प्रॉपर्टी और असेट, तीसरा सिक्योरिटी, फोर्थ मॉर्गेज. इंटरेस्ट, प्रॉपर्टी, सिक्योरिटी, मॉर्गेज, IPSM. सर चार्ज मीन्स एन इंटरेस्ट ऑन और लियन created on what? On the property or asset of the company or its undertaking or both IPS as security, as a security and includes a mortgage. बस ये याद हुआ था आपको? फिर से बोलो. And charge means an interest on lien or lien created. If you don't remember along with me, मैं 6 बार भी बोल दूं तुम्हारे दिमाग में एक शब्द भी याद नहीं रहेगा. प्लीज अपने आप से भी बोलो. Charge means what? Charge means an interest or lien created on the property or asset of the company or its undertaking or both, and as security and includes mortgage. So this is charge sir. उसके बाद अपन ने फिक्स्ड एंड फ्लोटिंग चार्ज पढ़ा. ये बेसिक है, वो आप रीड कर लेना. सर इस चार्ज passed on to the buyer in case of sale of goods which is under floating charge. If you want, write in the bracket example, Aptronics selling phone when store is given as charge. You can write as an example here. Example, Aptronics selling the phones when the store is under charge. तो मैंने आपको पूछा था राइट कि मैं अगर जाकर के Aptronics से फोन खरीदूंगा तो क्या मेरे को वो चार्ज पास ऑन होगा? नहीं भाई, मैंने जाकर के if I have bought it from the Aptronics, that phone is completely mine. Now there cannot be any charge on that particular phone. That is what is written in the conceptual check. Now the chapter starts with section 77. First case, Duty to register charges. Who will have to register charges, sir? I'll read the keyword, read along with me. It will be the duty of company to register the charges. To register, you will have to file a form CHG1 or a form CHG9. Okay. Now within 30 days, you will have to file this form on payment of such fees. You will have to pay the fees. But sir, now tell me something. Do I have to go and register the charge even when the property is intangible? Sir, my question is, I have given a charge on intangible asset. Intangible, not tangible asset, intangible asset. Do I still have to go and register the charge? Some students will say, अरे sir, क्या बोल रहे हो? Intangible asset पे तो charge create ही नहीं कर सकते. Sir, yesterday only you taught ना, intangible asset पे तो charge create ही नहीं कर सकते. भाई, that was for secured deposits. That was specifically for deposits. Only in deposits we read that only tangible assets can be given as charge, intangible assets cannot be. But generally, intangible, tangible, everything can be given as charge. Okay. Now, if a charge is created on tangible asset, intangible asset, doesn't matter. You can go and register it. If a charge has been created on a property which is outside India or inside India, doesn't matter. You have created a charge. Is it your property? Yes, it is my property. Just go and register it. Just go and register it because it is your property. You'll have to go and register it. That is a very important provision. It doesn't matter whether the property is in India or outside India. But sir, now tell me something. One new provision. अभी तक ये नहीं बताया हूं. सुन लो पहली बार बता रहा हूं. सुन लो. When a company is going to ROC, company or charge holder, whosoever is going to ROC, they'll carry the instrument. The instrument, right? जिसमें लिखा है property ये है, amount ये है, which is signed by the company, which is signed by the charge holder. It will take the instrument to the ROC. Now this ROC has to verify this instrument. Verify तो करना पड़ेगा ना. How will it verify? Also, it will have to verify this property. Boss, this property exists or not, that also has to be verified. So how will it verify? So law has given you two cases. Whether the property is in India or whether the property is outside India. If the property is in India, how will you verify it? If the property is in India, then along with this instrument, you will have to send one more. You will have to send one more certificate. You will have to send one more certificate. Which will be signed either by the director or company secretary. किसका director या company secretary? सर, company का. और अगर charge holder भेज रहा है तो सर ऐसा भी तो हो सकता है ना, registration के लिए charge holder is sending. So if charge holder is sending, in that case, authorized representative of charge holder. So sir, either the company is sending or the charge holder is sending. If the company is sending, then the company secretary or its directors. If the charge holder is sending, then their authorized representative. Either of these two people will certify this particular certificate and they will say that yes, this property is verified. Only if this certificate comes along with this instrument now. Only if this property certificate comes along with this instrument, then it will be considered as verified. So verification ke liye, what it will require is a certificate from company or charge holder, as the case may be. Company में CS या उसका director दे रहा है, charge holder में authorized representative दे रहा है. Did you understand? Authorized representative बोल लो, authorized officer बोल लो. But how will you verify if the property is outside India? If it is outside India, how will you verify? So law says that if the property is outside India now, we will have to give you some more options. So the upar wala option, this option one will be there. Same option. Option 1 will be remain the same. That is, if a property is if it is in Paris, nice place. If a property is in Paris and if a charge is created on that property, when you are coming to us for registration, along with that you come with a certificate. That is the first case. If you don't want that certificate to be signed by company or charge holder, sir, ऐसा हो सकता है ना कि Reliance का, can it happen that Reliance has a property in Paris? Okay. Now, if you want to prepare a certificate and you are saying that certificate has to be signed by director or company secretary, but what is happening is none of them are signing it. Why? Because, for example, Mr. X is a director in Reliance. He is saying that, boss, how can I certify that this property exists? I have not seen that property myself. See, if I am signing this certificate now, I am responsible, but I have not seen only that Paris wala property. How will I sign? So law gives you an option that in that case, boss, you don't ask these people to sign. These certificate can be authorized by the company seal. These certificate can be authorized by the company seal. आप company का stamp लो ठप्पा मार दो उसमें, it will be a valid certificate. Or alternatively, sir, now you know that seal is also not important, mandatory. Now you know that as per Companies Act, even a company seal is not something which is mandatory. So then in that case, what is the third option? Then in that case, they said that the certificate can be signed by any other person who has interest in such transaction. Any other person, there can be any third person, there can be any outside authority outside India. Any person who has interest in such charge will be able to sign this particular document, and any of these certificates can be submitted along with the instrument. Sir, आपको नहीं समझा? एक last time समझा रहा हूं. Sir, if you are taking an instrument for registration, this is the instrument. You cannot go empty-handed. Along with this instrument, you will have to take a chota sa document. This is called a certificate. How will the certificate be valid? It depends on whether your property is in India or whether it is outside India. If it is in India, now this certificate will have to be signed by company or charge holder के behalf में authorized officer, company के behalf में director या company का CS. Someone will have to sign it. But in case of outside India, this person can sign it for sure, but if these people are not willing to sign it, then in that case you can get it under the seal of the company. Or if you don't have the seal, then any other person, some person who has interest in the charge, he can sign this certificate that yes, I have verified this property and this is very well a good property. Sir, bore हो रहा है यार. ठीक है, आपको interesting बता दो. This question came in exam for 4 marks in the past. सर प्लीज एक बार और बता दो ना, हमको लग रहा था थियरी ये क्या आएगा. प्लीज एक बार और बता दो ना. नहीं बताऊंगा. आई नॉट रिपीट. I will not repeat. Listen to me. Guys, so now what happened is you have verified this. Read along with me. Rule 3 of company's registration of charge: verification of instrument filed with ROC, where underlying property is situated outside India or in India. Where it is in India, if you see, verify by a certificate issued under hand of any director or CS or authorized officer of the charge holder. Hand of director or CS of the company होगा, और यहाँ पे seal of the company. In case if the property is outside India, तो ये बीच वाला option तो रहेगा ही रहेगा, साथ में seal of the company का और option आ जाएगा, और hand or some other person. So when the property is outside India, na, you have to give 2 additional options. You have to give 2 additional supporting. This is a point which was asked in exam, sir. So should not leave. Now talking about extension, you know very well that you will get first on application by the company, you will get an extension of one extension which will be within 30 days of such creation. तो आपका 30 days का पहला आपको टाइम लिमिट मिलता है, उसके बाद आपको फर्स्ट एक्सटेंशन 60 days का ही मिलता है, लेकिन ये 60 days क्रिएशन से बोला है इन्होंने, तो इफेक्टिवली आपको 30 days का ही एक्सटेंशन मिलता है ऑन पेमेंट ऑफ एडिशनल फी. Now if further extension, अगर आप वो 30 days additional 30 days में भी नहीं फाइल कर पाए, in that case within 60 days, then you are allowed to a further 60 days extension on payment of ad valorem fees. एक बार अपने मुंह से बोलो ना एक बार. सर ad valorem fee किसको पता है क्या होता है? अक्षय कुमार was in a very big ये because of this thing. Akshay Kumar was in a very big controversy because of this thing. Okay, come on, guys. Application for extension will have to be filed in the same form in which you are filing for registration, and along with that a declaration by company secretary or director that such filing will not affect any creditor. We are not doing anything wrong by late filing. Please give us an extension. That extension will also be filed in the same form. Now issuance of certificate of registration, when you go to registrar, he will register after checking all the conditions, and then in CHG2 for fresh registration, or CHG3 in case of medication, nahi bhai, modification of registration, it will issue the form. However, and note that certificate of registration is a conclusive evidence that all the requirement of this act with respect to charge has been complied with, that everything that you were supposed to do with regard to charge has been complied with. Only then your certificate of registration is issued. Consequences of non-registration: such charge to become void. Sir, ये तो हिंदी था. Now what is the language of law? Notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for the time being in force. It means that whatever has happened, notwithstanding anything contained in any other law for the time being in force. Matlab, if anything contradictory is written in any other law, then we don't care about that law. If anything contradictory is written in any other law, we don't care about law. This law will override. This is called as sir overriding provision. Overriding provision मतलब मैं जो बोल रहा हूं वो ultimate है. Such charge shall not be taken into account by liquidator or any other creditor unless it is duly registered and COR is issued. Not be taken into consideration by liquidator. What is a liquidator, sir? When a company बंद हो रही है, जब एक company is being shut, so you sell all your assets and you pay all your liabilities. Who does that? Who sells all the assets and who pays all the liability? So a person is appointed who is called as a liquidator. So if a liquidator has been appointed now, he will ignore that charge. He'll say, कोई charge था ही नहीं भाई, unless it is duly registered under subsection 1 and certificate of registration has been issued. However, nothing under subsection 3, मतलब this subsection, to prejudice any contract or obligation for repayment of money secured by the charge. मतलब क्या sir? सुनो. If a company has taken loan from Axis Bank of rupees 10 crore and it created a charge on the property. Now, if you're not getting registered this charge, then this property पे charge will be ignored. This will be void. But अरे भाई, but ये 10 crore तो repay करना पड़ेगा ना. This 10 crore is तो loan ना, that you will have to repay. ये थोड़ी ना void हो जाएगा. There are two transactions. One transaction is you are taking loan. Second transaction is you are creating charge. This will become void. This तो will remain valid ना, वरना तो lottery है company की. So that is what is written. However, nothing under this section to prejudice any contract or obligation to repay any money secured by the way of charge. You will have to repay that money. Okay. Important consequence of non-registration: charge holder loses priority. आप यहाँ पे लिख सकते हो charge holder who registers late loses priority. The one which I had explained to you in the Axis Bank versus HDFC का example, जहाँ पे HDFC won. Did you understand? Yes, sir, we did understand. What is section 78? Very simple. Section 78, application for registration of charge. So charge holder may also apply. Who may apply? Charge holder. But do you remember charge holder can only apply if the first 30 days the company did not apply. So where a company fails to register the charge within 30 days, then in that case, person in whose favor the charge is created, मतलब क्या, charge holder may apply to the ROC for registration along with the instrument. What instrument, sir? Piano, guitar, Casio. What instrument? अरे that instrument that they had signed ना boss, क्या बोल रहे हो? Piano किधर से आया? अरे that instrument that they had signed ना, company and charge holder. That this is the amount of loan, this is the property that we are creating charge on. That instrument, along with that instrument, you can do what? You can go and file. And the registrar may, on such application, within 14 days after giving notice to the company, allow such registration on the payment of the fees. मतलब क्या? Now, when you go to register the charge, the ROC will go to the company and ask, company, you give us reason that why should we not register it? If you don't give us reason, then we will register it. So when you go to company now, asking, boss, we have received an intimation from the charge holder, should we register it? So in that case, company can do two things. The company itself registers the charge. Company बोला, अरे sorry, छोड़ दो, मैं खुद register करता हूँ. या फिर company shows why it should not be registered. Unless that happens, the registrar will go and register the charge. And recovery of fees. What fees, sir? When the charge holder is going and registering, charge holder is making payment of some fees or additional fees. That additional fees and fees can be recovered from the company because it was the duty of the company to register the charge. Entitled to recover from company the amount of fees or additional fees paid by the registrar. Did you understand? Guys, did you understand? What her technique to make it interesting? Thank you. Vimal. अरे भगवान, तुम लोग ऐसा, तुम लोग, यू आर नॉट लायबल ना, सो यू आर राइटिंग एनीथिंग. आई कांट से. मिलो कभी बाहर. आरची कह रही है सर बताओ वैलोरम फी. नहीं समझा, क्या वैलोरम फी बताऊं? चलो next guys, section 79 which says that देखो, when you are creating a charge, you'll have to go and register it. Similarly, when you are modifying the conditions of the charge, modifying the terms and conditions of the charge, treat it as if a new charge and register that also. The provision of section 77 relating to registration of charge shall also apply to a company acquiring a property subject to a charge within the meaning of that section, and any modification in terms and conditions of the extent. Sir, I'll tell you something. I'll explain something to you. Listen to me very carefully, वरना you'll get confused. ठीक है? This first point, a company acquiring any property. Understand very, very carefully. If a company had, say Reliance, had taken a loan of 1 lakh rupees from Axis Bank. ये लोन ले रहे थे कि पैसा गिर गया था इनका 1 लाख रुपया. Reliance, Mukesh Ambani will not even bother to pick up the money if it falls down. But anyway, if Reliance is taking a loan of 1 lakh rupees from Axis Bank, in that case, and they have given a Tata Nano car as a charge. बोले मेरे पास एक टाटा नैनो कार है, it is of 2 lakh rupees. बोलने में क्या जाता है, it is of the worth is 2 lakh rupees, and they gave that charge to Axis Bank. Now what happened, please understand very carefully. Now what happened is Tata Group came into picture, and they said that we want to buy this Tata Nano back. So Reliance said you can't buy only because Axis Bank ka charge hai uspe. So Tata said no problem at all. We will keep in mind that there is a charge. If tomorrow you default, we will give the car back to Axis Bank. Sir, ऐसा क्यों करेगा Tata Nano, वो छोड़ दो. ऐसा होता है transaction that there is an understanding between Tata Group and Reliance. Tata Group says that I want this car back at any cost. So Reliance says no boss, there is a charge, I'll have to ask Axis Bank. So Tata says जाओ पूछ लो तुम, मेरे को तो चाहिए. If tomorrow you default na, I will give this car to Axis Bank, or I'll make the payment of the money. But now I want this car. So is it possible, sir? Yes. Reliance will go to Axis Bank, take their approval, and then sell this car to Tata Group. So you sold a car which was under a charge. You sold a property which was under charge. Now read it from Tata's point of view. Tata bought a property. Tata acquired a property on which a charge was already created. So when the charge is already created, now what will Tata do? Tata will have to consider it as a fresh charge. Tata will have to consider that he has acquired a Tata Nano in which a fresh charge has been created. So Tata Group have to comply with section 77 ka condition. That is, now Tata Group will have to go to ROC within 30 days. If Tata Group doesn't go, then Axis Bank can go after the end of 30 days. That is how it will work. Ab ek baar padho. The provision of section, read from Tata's point of view. The provision of section 77 shall apply to a company acquiring any property subject to charge. Tata acquiring any property subject to charge, matlab Nano, within the meaning of that section. So if you are acquiring a property which is under charge, you will have to comply with section 77. That is, again, you will have to go and register. Or any modification in terms and conditions or the extent of operation of any charge registered under that section. Or if you alter the conditions, that is, if the interest rate changes, if there is any change in terms and conditions, that also will require 30 days के अंदर registration. Modification include change in terms and conditions of the underlying borrowing, including change in rate of interest. अगर rate of interest भी बदलता है तो वो भी modification होता है. Now, where the particulars of modification of change is registered, the registrar shall issue certificate of modification in CHG 3. तो आपका CHG 1 जाता है, 2 आता है. Sorry, 1 जाता है, 2 आता है. 1 जाता है, 3 भी आता है. 1 में अगर आप मॉडिफिकेशन कर डाल रहे हो तो CHG 3 आएगा. अब सेक्शन 80, डेट ऑफ नोटिस ऑफ चार्ज, दैट इज रजिस्ट्रेशन टू एक्ट एज कंस्ट्रक्टिव नोटिस डीम्ड नॉलेज. What do you mean, sir? It means that registration to act as a constructive notice. Understand, when, for example, coming back to my first example, पहले Shubham Singhal owned a Royal Enfield का bullet. Now Shubham Singhal went to Axis Bank and took a loan of say rupees 2 lakh. Then Shubham Singhal went to HDFC Bank and took a loan of 2 lakh rupees. Now HDFC Bank cannot come and this 2 lakh rupees के against charge was created now, that was registered with ROC. Now HDFC didn't go and check the charge, didn't go and check on ROC का website, MCA का website, and later on it is complaining that अरे I तो didn't know Axis Bank के पास charge था. तो law कहते हैं भाई this, when it was registered now, it is a constructive notice, it is a deemed notice, it is a public notice, it is a deemed knowledge. ऐसा मान लिया जाएगा that if you are doing a transaction, you know it, because you will have to go and check now. उतना तो आपको करना ही पड़ेगा. If you are not doing it, then it is fault at your end. Where a charge under section is registered under section 77, any person acquiring such property, asset or undertaking or part thereof or any share therein shall be deemed to have notice of the charge from the date of such registration. ऐसा मान लिया जाएगा. आपके पास डीम्ड, आपको पता था उस बारे में. सेक्शन 82, कंपनी टू रिपोर्ट सैटिस्फैक्शन ऑफ चार्ज. कंपनी टू रिपोर्ट सैटिस्फैक्शन ऑफ चार्ज. गाइस, आर यू विथ मी? आर्ची, आपने फर्स्ट क्लास में सुना नहीं? आई हैड ऑलरेडी एक्सप्लेन्ड एड वैलोरम फीस क्या होता है. आई हैड एक्सप्लेन टू यू बाय वे ऑफ जीएसटी का एग्जाम्पल. यू वर नॉट लिसनिंग. एंड देन यू आर कंटिन्यूअसली स्पैमिंग, सर बताओ वैलोरम फीस, सर बताओ वैलोरम फीस. सुनो गाइस, सेक्शन 82. व्हाट इज सेक्शन 82? लिसन टू मी. कंपनी टू रिपोर्ट सैटिस्फैक्शन ऑफ चार्ज. कंपनी टू रिपोर्ट. नाउ वी आर इन द नेक्स्ट लीग. अभी तक वी वर रीडिंग 77 से 81. नाउ 77 से 80. 81 is not there in your syllabus. What is 82? 82 is company to report satisfaction of charges. Guys, do you have to by heart section number? The answer is yes. Reason I'll tell you later on, but the answer is yes right now. So give it a try at least. Section 82 talks about satisfaction of charge. Very simple. If the charge has been satisfied, the company will have to go to ROC within 30 days of the satisfaction. When you go to ROC, ROC will go to whom? ROC will go to the charge holder, and within 14 days, the charge holder will have to approve or reject. Now, if you're not able to go to ROC within 30 days, you can get an extension which is 300 days from the date of satisfaction. That is all that is written. Company to intimate ROC in form CHG4 within 30 days of such payment or satisfaction. Sir, it could be payment or satisfaction. मतलब क्या होता है? कभी कभी आपने लोन लिया, कभी कभी आपने शुभम सिंघल ने सॉरी रिलायंस ने एक्सिस बैंक से लोन लिया था. कितना? 1 करोड़ का. Now, either you repay this loan or you somehow satisfy this loan. How do you satisfy this loan? Reliance will say that, boss, Axis Bank, your petrol bill of rupees 1 crore is pending. Let's knock this off. This loan and this petrol bill, let's knock this off. So this may not be repayment, but there is for sure a satisfaction. So company will intimate ROC in form CHG4. And if it is not able to do it in 30 days, it will do it within 300 days of such payment or satisfaction with an additional fees. Okay. So normal fees and additional fees. Notice to charge holder. When ROC receives such intimation from company, the ROC shall cause a notice to be sent to charge holder, calling upon him to show cause. Not more than 14 days. 14 days maximum मिलेगा आपको as to why the payment or satisfaction in full should not be recorded. वो बोलेगा भाई हिंदी में सुन लो, क्योंकि इंग्लिश में तो पढ़ा ना हमने. भाई अपने को ना कंपनी से नोटिस आया है कि तुमको पैसे पूरे मिल गए हैं और हम ये रिकॉर्ड करने वाले हैं. तुमको 14 दिन का टाइम दे रहे हैं. तुम बता दो क्यों नहीं रिकॉर्ड कर रहे. तुम बता दोगे तो हम रुक जाएंगे, वरना हम रिकॉर्ड कर लेंगे. Notice to charge holder will not be required if intimation under subsection 1 is signed by CHG, charge holder. क्या मतलब सर? When you fill the form CHG4 now, it has an option at the bottom. It has an option at the bottom wherein you have the option for the charge holder also to sign. So for example, you are filling a form and the company is saying that we have satisfied the charge of Axis Bank. Okay. Now Axis Bank has also signed in that particular form. Then why will you have to send a notice to charge holder? Yaar? Charge holder is already agreeing na. In the form, charge holder is already agreeing that boss, I have received the money. Or alternatively, if Axis Bank fails, if the company fails, then the charge holder has the right to file the form. Now charge holder is filing CHG4 और उसमें charge holder का sign है. तो तुम वापस से charge holder को क्या पूछोगे? If the charge holder has signed it, you don't need to ask him, and hence it is written that intimation is not required if signed by charge holder. If CHG form is signed by charge holder. Now, when you send a notice to charge holder, कि boss, we have received a notice from the company, should we record that payment? There can be two cases where no cause is shown, where cause is shown. No cause as in they have not shown any reason why you should not record that payment or satisfaction. If no cause is shown, then the registrar will register and inform the company. CHG 5 issue हो जाएगा. Registration of satisfaction. But if cause is shown, मतलब अगर एक्सिस बैंक बोलता है नहीं भाई मेरे को तो कोई पेमेंट नहीं मिला है, in that case ROC shall record a note to that effect and inform the company. वो कंपनी को बोल देंगे no boss, we cannot register it because Axis Bank is saying it has not received the money. So you and Axis Bank both figure out, I can't record it. Now, preserve the instrument creating charge or modification for 8 years from satisfaction of the charge. Sir, this is talking about the instrument, the document based on which the charge was created after your charge is satisfied. After that, for 8 years, you will have to preserve that particular document. Matlab kya, sir? If you took a loan for 3 years, if you took a loan today and you took a loan for 3 years and the charge was created here, so this instrument during the period of loan, to anyway, which you'll keep, but after the satisfaction also, you'll keep it for 8 years. Okay? Okay? Next, sir, now, some important point. Sir, you said that satisfaction of charge which has happened, either the company will inform or the charge holder will inform to ROC. Can it happen that both of them are not informing? Can it happen that both of them are not informing? Yes, sir, it can happen that both of them are not informing. Why? Because the Axis Bank is not informing, charge holder Axis Bank is not informing because usko farak nahi padta hai. He's happy that अरे मेरे favor में charge दिख रहा है. So he's like, छोड़ दे भाई मेरे favor में charge दिख रहा है, I don't want to inform. So Axis Bank is not informing. But why is the company not informing? Sir, there could be multiple reasons. There could be multiple reasons. You want to just you are incorrectly showing it as secured creditor in your book. You want to show that your secured creditors are a lot, and hence you are incorrectly showing it in your books as secured creditor. So you don't want to remove that charge. Also, although that instrument validity is over, the charge does not really exist, but you don't want to remove it from ROC का website. Or consider an example. इस कंपनी का जो जियो रिलायंस है ये, ठीक है, इसका जो जियो वर्ल्ड गार्डन है ना, उसको लेने के लिए जेफ बेजोस पीछे पड़ा हुआ है. Jeff Bezos is behind Mukesh Ambani that I want to buy this property, Mukesh Ambani is saying, "Arey no, I can't sell it only because now it is under charge with Axis Bank." And hence, it is not removing the charge because otherwise Jeff Bezos will take this property. He'll force you to sell this property. So hence, there could be any reason you're not registering it. Then what happens, sir? If by any chance, if ROC will get to know now that you have satisfied a charge but you are not registering it, if ROC को कहीं से भी proof मिल गया, किसी और ने जाके complain कर दिया, so ROC can suo motu. किसी को मैंने गाली नहीं दी, किसी को मैंने कुछ नहीं बोला, it's a legal word guys. Suo motu. Suo motu. Suo motu means what? Suo motu means on its own motion. मतलब खुद से. Suo motu. It can do what? ROC may do what? Register the satisfaction. मतलब sir, एक दिन सुबह ROC उठा, there was a letter at his door that boss, Reliance had made the payment to Axis Bank, but they are not coming to you for recording the satisfaction of charge, and here are the proof. Karke, he received a letter, big letter, and based on that letter, ROC will go to the system and remove that charge. No question asked, not even to the company, not even to the charge holder. Just record the satisfaction of the charge, and after he does the satisfaction of the charge is recorded, company or charge holder को वो बता देगा. Now you will ask, sir, how can ROC do this? What is the proof? Falana Timkana. Guys, please understand again. This is law. Law is just giving a power to the registrar. Whether it will practically happen or not, that no one knows. But law is just giving a power that ROC, you have the power. If someone is not intimating you, if you have some knowledge, you do it. We are giving you the power. We are just showing ROC ka power. It may not be a relevant section practically, but we are just showing power that if ROC wants, it can do what? It can record a satisfaction and issue a notice. So ROC will register the payment or whatever it is, and then once you register the payment, you will just intimate it. Jo affected parties hai. Who are the affected parties, sir? This company and the charge holder. To these affected parties, you will intimate within 30 days. और एक form issue करोगे, sir. Can anyone guess which form? One form is you'll issue which form? Sir, you have to issue a form of satisfaction of charge. So it will be the same form that you issue for satisfaction of charge. CHG5, CHG4 आता है, CHG5 जाता है. तो CHG4 नहीं भी आएगा ना, CHG5 can be given in this particular case. My friends, did you understand? So preserve the instrument creating charge or modification for 8 years from satisfaction of charge. This is the provision. Okay. Now section 83 एक बार पढ़ो. Section 83 एक बार पढ़ो. Power of registrar to make entries of satisfaction and release in absence of intimation from company. Suo motu, change in registrar. The registrar may, on evidence being given to his satisfaction, he needs evidence that any registered charge that the debt for which the charge was given has been paid or satisfied in whole or in part, or the part of the property or undertaking has been released or ceased to form a property. Either you have satisfied the charge, either you have satisfied the debt, or you have released the charge. It can also happen na, the charge has been released. मतलब Reliance ने Jio Garden का charge दे रखा था, but later on they removed the charge on Jio Garden and they created some new charge. So if the debt has been paid or the charge has been released, it may enter into the register of charges, memorandum of satisfaction, or fact that such property has been released, notwithstanding the fact that no intimation has been received by him from the company. किसी ने नहीं बोला मेरे को उससे फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Then it will inform the affected parties within 30 days and issue a form CHG 5. Sir, did you understand? Notwithstanding that, no intimation has been made. Samjhe, sir? Next. 84, 86, 87, bas khatam. Done. What is 84, sir? Very simple. Read along with me first and then I'll explain, then again read along khatam. Same for next 3 sections. 84. Intimation of appointment of receiver or manager. What is a receiver or manager? What is a receiver or manager? What is a receiver or manager? Does anyone know what is a receiver or manager in this case? What is a receiver or manager? अरे बोलो बोलो कुछ तो बोलो मुंह तो खोलो. Sir, what is a receiver or manager? Receiver or manager is basically what? when a company has given a property to Axis Bank as a charge, correct? Now this property, I will have to take care that the company is not misusing this property. I'll have to take care that this property is not being sold. So what this Axis Bank will do is, Axis Bank will appoint a receiver or manager for this particular property. Or say for example, tomorrow, if this company defaults, if this company does what? If this company defaults in repayment of the loan, Axis Bank will take over this property. Axis Bank तो जब्त कर लेगा ना property को, बोलेगा अब मेरी हो गई ये property, अब Juhu sea facing property is mine. So now when this property becomes yours, you will have to then figure out what is the market value. You will have to do auctions. You'll have to sell this property. Until that, you'll have to maintain the property. Are you getting me? I am saying, for example, company took a loan from Axis Bank of 10 crores and gave a property as a charge. Now Axis Bank को default कर दिया हमने, 10 crore repay नहीं किया. So Axis Bank will come and take possession of this property. This is my Juhu ka sea facing property. This property ka possession will be taken by Axis Bank. Now Axis Bank will have to appoint a receiver or manager to manage this property. Manage as in, you will have to sell this property. So you have to do auction, you have to publish in newspaper, you have to call people for the auction, and then you'll have to sell. And until that sale happens, you will have to maintain this property. Roz ka saaf safai hoga, roz ka cleaning hoga, maintenance hoga. So all these things, for doing it, you'll have to appoint a receiver or manager. Who will appoint, sir? Axis Bank will appoint. So when Axis Bank appoints a receiver or manager to do all these things, this appointment will be intimated to ROC. In form what? In form CHG 6. CHG 6. If a person obtains an order for appointment of a receiver or of a person to manage the property subject to charge of a company, or if any person appoints such receiver or person under the power contained in any instrument. If you receive an order to appoint a receiver, मतलब क्या? If Axis Bank orders the company, that company तुम हमको एक receiver या manager appoint करके दो. Or if it himself appoints a receiver or manager, he shall within 30 days from the date of passing the order give notice of such appointment to the company and give notice of such appointment to the company and registrar. You'll intimate the company also to the registrar also along with a copy of the order or instrument, and the registrar shall on payment of fees register the same in the register of charges. So you will intimate to company and registrar will register, and any person appointed or on ceasing to hold such appointment shall give a notice to the company and the registrar, and the registrar shall register such notice and form CHG6. So, sir, I'll keep it simple for you. Listen to me. Company, Axis Bank. Now, Axis Bank may on an order, किसी ने order किया उसको, or suo motu. Appoint whom? Appoint a person as a receiver or manager. Once it does, it will have to intimate to company and ROC. The ROC will issue a form CHG6 in which they recorded that yes, we have appointed. Now, if this receiver or manager ceases to be appointed, मतलब अब उसका नौकरी खत्म हो गया, they will again intimate it to the company and ROC, and the ROC will again reply via form CHG6. बस, appointing of a receiver or manager. ठीक है? Next. Section 86, punishment for contravention, very important. So this is an important penalty. If a company is in default under this chapter, penalty, company will have to pay 5 lakh rupees and officer in default will have to pay 50,000 rupees. This is an important penalty, my friends. The company, if you have not complied with any provision of this section, you will have to pay 5 lakh rupees, and person who is in default will have to pay 50,000 rupees. But if you have willfully furnished false or incorrect information, then you will be liable for fraud का action 447. तुमने जानबूझ के गलत information दिया और झूठा information दिया, 447 के fraud के लिए liable हो गए. Company 5 lakhs, officer in default 50,000 and fraud के लिए liable हो जाओगे if you willfully you provide false information. Guys, good morning. Excuse me, brother, either. Excuse me, brother. Are you up? No, sir. Are you awake? No, sir. क्या कर रहे हो फिर जिंदगी में? Guys, last section for the day. Rectification by central government and register of charges or extension of time. You have given enough power to ROC. What do you mean by enough power? कि boss, if he is not filing within 30 days, give him further 30 days. Not filing within further 30 days, give him 60 days. उसके आगे का power ना central government के पास है. Beyond this, power is with central government. See, understand, central government के नीचे बहुत सारे ministries है. Out of them, one ministry is Ministry of Corporate Affairs. Ministry of Corporate Affairs के नीचे बहुत सारे regional directors है. क्या बोला मैंने? बहुत सारे RDs हैं, regional directors. There are 7 regional directors. उस regional directors के नीचे बहुत सारे ROCs हैं, registrar of companies. Now, some power you have given to ROCs, but the other power you have retained with central government. What is the power of central government? Guys, listen. The central government, on being satisfied that omission to give intimation to registrar of payment or satisfaction of charge within required time, or omission or misstatement of any particulars in any previous filings made with registrar, or any such charge or modifications, or any memorandum of satisfaction or any entry made under 82 or 83 was accidental or due to inadvertence. पढ़ो बच्चे, एक बार पढ़ो, कुछ नहीं समझ आना, कोई बात नहीं. Was accidental, मतलब कोशिश करो. Was accidental or due to inadvertence or some other sufficient cause, or it was not of a nature to prejudice the position of the creditor or shareholder of the company, it may, on the application of the company, I'll split this paragraph further for you. On the application of the company or any other person interested, as it deemed fits, just an expedient, direct that the time for giving of intimation of payment or satisfaction shall be extended, or that the omission or misstatement shall be rectified. Sir, this section is talking about 2 things. First is payment या satisfaction जो होता है, उसके intimation का omission or any misstatement in whatever you have filed with ROC. So what happened was when you had initially taken a loan of 10 crore from Axis Bank, what you did was you created a charge. That charge was intimated to ROC in what form? In form CHG1. Now the CHG1 में charge you have created, in that by mistake amount जो था ना loan का, you mentioned 10.1 crore. Instead of 10 crore, by mistake you mentioned 10.1 crore. एक 1 आ गया 0 की जगह. So in that case, what will happen is you will then have to make an application to central government, and you will have to prove it to the central government that this thing was not intentional. This thing was not intentional. We didn't do it intentionally. It was a mistake. The intention was not to cheat, was not to defraud, was not to hurt anyone. It was an error. It was simply an error. And if central government is satisfied now that boss, yes, it was an error, it will let you do the correction. It will let you do the necessary correction. Bus. Ye ho gaya miss statement ka. Similarly, if a payment or satisfaction of a charge was done, but you failed to intimate it to the registrar within the time limit. What was the time limit? First 30 days and then extension 300 days maximum. So if you failed to even intimate in these 300 days, you can go after this to the central government. अब सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट भाई, अब रजिस्ट्रार नहीं, यू कैन गो टू सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट एंड इफ सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट इज सेटिस्फाइड, हाँ भाई गलती से हो गया, कोई बात नहीं, तो वो आपको एक्सटेंशन दे देगा कि हाँ भाई तू अब सबमिट कर ले, अब तुम फाइलिंग कर लो. नहीं आयुष, I don't think this chapter is worth 2 session. It is very well a chapter of 2 hours. I don't think at all that this is a 2-hour session. It is just because I explained each and every line. There is not a single line that I didn't explain. That is why you find it heavy. अगर ऊपर से चीजें समझाता ना तो आपका वैसे भी हो जाता. ठीक है, चलो guys, I think that's it. That's section 87 and that's it from my end. And sharp 9:30 we have finished this whole chapter. Every question in question bank you are capable of doing now. Very easy chapter. Trust me, it will not take more than 1 hour for you to go home and finish it today, and maximum 30 minutes after that to solve the question bank. I owe you a revision of chapter 5 and chapter 6, and we will do it for sure on my YouTube channel. Stay tuned. I'll keep you updated because I didn't get a chance to speak to ICA. I'll do that and we will revise it, chapter 5 and 6. But nevertheless, please आप एक बार revise कर लो, ठीक है? But I assure you there will be revision of chapter 5 and 6 on my YouTube. I hope you attend it live so that you are active and you understand it at the same time and you finish it. Okay, please finish your chapter today. Please finish your question bank today, guys. अगर आज नहीं किया ना तो ये जो क्लास के 2.5 घंटे है ना वो वेस्ट है आपके लिए. If you don't do it today, today's class will be waste for you. And I think that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. Stay connected, stay tuned. I will see you day after tomorrow, Tuesday, for a very important chapter beyond imagination, dividends. Dividends. I love it. And Institute loves it even more. तो बहुत मजा आने वाला है. ठीक है, so see you in the next class for the chapter. For those who have doubt can stay. I'm here for 5 minutes. Rest of them, have a good day, have a productive Sunday. Enjoy your Sunday to spend some time with your family. Take a break and at the same time study also. See you, bye bye. Doubts वाले रुक जाओ और please बोलो क्या doubts हैं आपके. शुभम के बारे में Okay. Sir, do you have a Telegram group, Prabhas? Yes, there is a Telegram group. 8-year wala provision, please explain, Memon. I think it is very easy. You have made an instrument, right? Instrument creating charge. Company and charge holder ने एक instrument sign किया. उसमें उन्होंने बोला this property is being given as charge. Okay. Now, when you are creating this instrument, it is a hard copy. पुराने जमाने में तो hard copy था ना. अभी तो COVID के बाद everything has become soft. So it is an hard copy. How long will you keep it with yourself for? So law says that you created this charge today. You satisfied this charge someday. After you satisfied this charge, you will keep it for 8 years with yourself. You will preserve it. After 8 years, you can destroy that, dispose that instrument. Not a problem. Okay. Thank you, guys. Thank you. How would the charge holder get to know whether the company has registered the charge? Even charge holder can go and see, na, Sandhya. And even if Axis Bank is giving a loan to company, they are also talking now, whether charge you have registered or not registered. They can also go and check on MCA website. Chapter 5 का handwritten notes Pooja I have uploaded in the ICI tube. Well, how would charge hold? Oh, ये हो गया. Sir, do we have a Zoom session at 7 p.m. today? Jene sir, that is different, not from ICI on my personal. That is a different personal session. Feel free to join. Yes, it is today. Goodbye, sir. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you too, guys. How would the charge holder get to know whether the company has registered the charge? How would the charge holder get to? ये तो हो गया ना. If there is a case in which the company takes a loan from 2 banks of each 1 crore, then the registration is on same date. On the what will happen? मतलब यार बहुत extraordinary situation है Archie, that there's a registration is on same day. But if that is the case, I don't think hardly is distribute होगा. Both of them will be at par. Sir, is your summary notes for all chapters possible? Yes, Shivani, it is absolutely possible. I'm working on it by end of July. By end 20th of July, because it takes time here. Quality thing takes time. So by end of July, you'll get the summary notes. I think it will be also available in printed version. How to remember keywords. I think I'll take that as a, I think I'll note it down. Seven to 10 स्वाति बना नहीं है, बन जाएगा sir. In Tata Nano example, if Reliance default and payment, then Tata will suffer loss. No sir, in Tata Nano, that is a different Raghavan. In that case, Tata will also have an agreement with Reliance that if tomorrow if I have to give the Nano back, I'll take money from you back. That kind of agreement will be there. Take revision class for chapter 1 to 4. By the way, it is already uploaded on my YouTube, but I'll also take a fresh one in some time. Thank you sir for everything. You're welcome, guys. Can you please upload the notes you are writing in class also, sir? Yes, I'll do that. If security is sell for only 1 crore, then after sell, who will take the money to settle the dues? We discussed that, right? Sir, charge holder has the option to register the charge only if the company fails, which means that charge holder has to wait. How will the charge holder be blamed? Kiran, I think that's a loophole in the law. What you have pointed is correct, but charge holder only gets to register after 30 days, and it is a loophole in law. Sir, when will you be taking revision class? I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Like satisfaction case when charge holder registering charge with instrument is also signed. Yeah. Like satisfaction case when charge holder registering charge with instrument if also signed by company, then ROC need not go to company for further intimation. Like satisfaction case. I didn't get you, Swati. Sir, how to learn sections, how to write in exams, he will take probably take a different session. Sir, can a promoter sign the certificate in place of director? If the promoter is a director, Hitesh, he can. Usually promoters are directors also. Usually. Otherwise, no, he cannot. Can you please provide some tips on answer presentation, sir? Yes, we will discuss. Sir, you said yesterday to present answer in exam. We will discuss. We don't have time today. It is Sunday also. We'll discuss. Okay. From where can we get all your summary notes? Sandhya, 1 to 4 I'll upload here. 5, 6 I have already uploaded. Baki aage bhi we will upload. Okay. Chalo guys, I think that's it. I'll end the session. Please have a very good day. See you. Bye bye. Take care.